Oh, hey, how's it going, my dudes? What is up? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake stream. Yeah, let's turn this music down. It's always just blasting whenever I play it. How is everyone doing today? I am your host, Jorbius. That's the sequel to Morbius. I have the lead role that kicked Jared Leto out. I definitely want to be starring in that. What's up, Carl Kelly? What's up? Welcome to the stream. We're having a more relaxed stream, talking about some Scream news today, but regardless, some exciting stuff. I got my notes here, which I better better organize myself a little bit before we start talking Scream and all that. Yeah, ooh, lots of notes. Holy crap. What's up, Carl? How's it going, man? Welcome. Dr. Andy is saying, interesting, yes. Jalen is talking, just spoiling the whole stream for everybody. Damn. We're gonna talk about my thoughts on all these pictures and stuff though, because there's more to it than just that, I think. Tom is saying, hey, I hope they didn't just spoil the killer. I hope so too, man. We'll have to see. Tom is saying, on a good note, hope everyone enjoys the weekend. Hell yeah, Tom. I hope you enjoy the weekend, man. Hope you're having a good time. Extron is saying he's in school. That's all good. Had to stream a little earlier tonight. My buddy, the Night Watch Zone, is streaming later today. I'm going to be part of that stream. Very excited for that. So, what's up, Lily? How's it hanging? Anakin's here saying, even if Chad is the killer in Scream 6, I'd personally rather see Mindy be the killer because she knows all the ways of surviving, being the niece of Randy, so therefore, it would be meta as fuck. I'm down for a Randy character to be a killer in one of these. I think that'd be kind of cool, honestly. I mean, I guess, like, they've kind of already done that, but it wasn't really the focal point, you know? Like Charlie in Scream 4, but that's kind of like, he's fucking Charlie, you know what I mean? He's just not as crazy as of a character. I don't know, just me. Toilet humor with the cutest dog, with the cutest dog profile picture. I love it. What's up, Toilet? I feel like I'm insulting you by calling you that. That's really funny. Sebastian is saying, I want them to just kill everyone. The next movie, reboot it, Scream 5, Sydney again, don't kill Dewey. How crazy would that be? I love your profile picture, Sebastian. We got Easton Plays in here. What's up, Easton? Welcome to the stream. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. One of my awesome channel members, who I do want to thank here in a second, as well as Jennifer Armstrong. Happy Friday! Woo! Yeah! We're talking Scream on the stream because I didn't feel like editing today. It's been a long week. Jake just wants to live stream and have fun. So, oh, Mike, I feel honored. Me and my greasy hair, man. Oh, wow. I feel so appreciated. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, man. Ben Nick. What's up, Ben Nick? Saying Chad is too hot to be a killer. I can't argue with that. He's I do want to. Here's the thing. Okay, so let's get into it. I've said hi to. Oh, and look, the man of the hour, Chad is here too. So I'm so sorry I haven't said hi to a bunch of people. I see a lot of you. You guys are awesome. By the way, Jordy is also here. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. Thank you, Jordy. I appreciate that. But let's talk a little bit about what the fuck is going on with all this, because it's some interesting stuff, I think. So, my buddy Craven Something Scary, who is awesome, absolutely fantastic, has put out some new pictures over on his YouTube channel where it was broken first. If you want to see that video, the link for that is in the description. I'm just going to give you some of my thoughts on it. So we have this picture first and foremost, which let's get rid of this nasty little guy there. So this is them filming a bunch of stuff with some of the cast members. We don't really see anybody too good in this photo. That's the thing. So I can't really tell you 100% what's happening here. It doesn't look like anything super crazy, though. There's not really like a big set or nothing. So I'm assuming this is probably going to be promotional stuff like we were talking about earlier. But here's the picture that everyone is just going nuts over. We see Chad here with what it kind of looks like a buck 120 knife, and it looks like he's wiping the blood off, as you can see from photo 1 to photo 2. So I can see how you would think that this is promotional stuff. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, I'll be honest. But there is also a lot to talk about with Chad's character and how he could be a killer. I feel like he has I feel like he has a motive here. I feel like he's lost a lot, especially in that last movie, more than what meets the eye, too. He lost his girlfriend, who, like, high school girlfriend, wasn't super serious or nothing. But we do have him losing, like, getting very brutally injured, which is why I think that's why I think they kept him alive, to see what would happen for Chad later on now. Does he go to college still? Is his scholar, like, let's say he gets this awesome scholarship for, like, whatever. Does he play football? I can't remember if that's confirmed or not, but he's an athlete. That's the point. He's a football player. Can he still play? Can he, like, what does Chad have to offer to the universe now? Like, is he just like, oh my God, like, I don't know what to do with my life. I can't play football anymore. My injuries are too bad. I could see him struggling with that in this new film. Why he would be at college still with everybody in New York, that's the question, I guess. But I think that could be something really fun for them to explore in this next film, and give Chad something to do, so he's not just kind of another character that survived. I want to see these characters go through something else. So, like, go through like a whole new plot line this time around, instead of just being like, hey, we're back, I want to see them progress as characters. So I think that could be kind of cool to see Chad dealing with that in this film. Obviously, Chad's here right now, so Chad knows all the answers. This is who we should be going after. But Chad is saying, long time no see. If Chad is alive, then I'm gonna go awesome crazy, and I hope they keep him alive for future films. And that I'd be interested if he became the Ghostface because of Liv's death. There you go. That too. Chad has lost a lot, man. Chad has lost a lot in this time. So maybe he's kind of pissed at Sam, There you go. You're the Scream franchise's obsession with keeping everything consistent and connected. This could connect into that. There you go. Not everything has to go back to the original, I mean, we got to talk about some of these sequels a little more, I say. Amanda is here. What's up, Amanda? Hey. Howdy, hey. What's up? I hope everyone's having a great Friday afternoon, by the way. I'm feeling phenomenal after Barbarian last night, which I will not spoil. I won't even talk about it that much without spoiling anything, because wow, you gotta just go into that one blind. I've been thinking about it all day. Like, I haven't had a movie scare me that bad in a long time. Like, I had a nightmare. I actually had a nightmare last night. You know how long it's been since I had a nightmare? Like, dude, I don't know, man. Just go see that movie. Just go see it. I can't say anything. I literally can't tell you anything about it because I will spoil it. So no, go see Barbarian this weekend. Do it. Go do it. Jennifer saying, good point. Never thought about what his story looks like after his attack. I would love to see him be a tag along and being depressed. Yeah, no, me too. Around the group, only to see him have a nice redemption arc. Now, that could be cool too. I almost feel like it might be more interesting if he wasn't a killer. Like, he's kind of like turns into kind of an asshole. You know what I mean? What if he's kind of a dick to everybody now? He's like, I got nothing to live for. And he's kind of like depressed, and he's handling it in a toxic way, like kind of just like being really negative to everybody else. We could see a different side to Chad in this movie that I think would be fun to explore. So he's not just the same character again. So I could see that being really fun too. That would be dope. And then, then he has this redemption arc. He's kind of like, everyone's kind of like pissed at him. They're like, what's up with you, man? Then we get this really like telling scene with him and Mindy or something. That total speculation, by the way. I should have prefaced it with that. This is all total insane speculation, but it could be cool to have him and Mindy have a conversation together where Mindy's just like, what's your deal? Like, what the fuck's up? Like, why are you acting so crazy? And there you go. He's feeling kind of, he's feeling a little down, so he doesn't know how to handle that. And then maybe he, like that could be, he's a red herring now again because of that. I think that could be a cool way to recycle his character into something fresh again. And, once again, use a red herring. Michael Parton throwing in a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support. Saying, I'm seeing it ASAP with heart attacks and diapers. Definitely bring a diaper, let me tell you. Bring multiple diapers to Barbarian. I shit my pants multiple times, and it was embarrassing asking the people who work there to clean it up. Let me tell you, don't go through that. Bring a diaper. But that's what they should. That should be on the poster. The tagline: Barbarian, bring a diaper. No, but I do want to thank my awesome channel members here, including Michael and all you guys in the chat. Thank you guys so much for your support this month. I seriously couldn't keep this channel going without you guys. So you guys are pretty freaking awesome. So there's my Ghostface tier patrons. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support this month. We got some Jason tier patrons, which I'm rolling out some really fun a really fun bonus video for you guys this month. Little behind the scenes video of me editing some stuff, and I give you some YouTube tips too. So if you're looking to up your game on YouTube or start a YouTube channel, whatever, that's might be the series for you. You might want to check out that tier. And also thank you to my Freddy tier patrons who just got an awesome commentary track on Zombie 1979, one of my all-time favorite horror movies. Bob Hunt from Hunting for Entertainment and Chrissy Blackwell. Thank you guys so much for your support this month. And if you did just become if you just became a channel member or patron or whatever, I have not updated that list since the end of August, so no worries. I'll have a new, I'm gonna do like a new patron thing or whatever so that everyone gets credited. Everyone gets credited. Good stuff. But thank you all for your support. I appreciate it. I would love if Chad gets a redemption arc after he's revealed to be Ghostface. Maybe he gets away with it. I like that. Maybe Monday changes him after Mindy ends up changing him after he ends up being Ghostface, and then the other Ghostface kills Mindy, Chad kills the killer. Okay, that's pretty fucking cool. I'd be down for that. I see what you're saying there. That could be like a two movie arc for Chad, almost. I would love for someone to get revealed to have been working with Richie and Amber this whole time, like one of the surviving characters. How fucked would that be, you know? Like, damn. Just to hear like, oh yeah, Chad was actually doing all that, the technology aspect of it. I really want to, I kind of want an explanation for that. As much as I don't like having things explained in horror movies, I almost kind of want them to explain that about Scream 5. Like our killers this time around had utilized technology a lot, like in multiple different ways. So I wonder if we ever get an explanation for that. I thought we were going to get something like, maybe it's like, oh, Richie knows his way around electronics or something. Like if they would have just thrown something out there like that would have worked for me. But I'm curious why that never got talked about. It's a great idea. I love it personally, but yeah. Just weird that they kind of never touch on that. Almost would have been like a nice little hint as to who the killer is. Halfway through, is to have like just a throwaway line with Richie saying something like, "Oh yeah, you know, I used to work at Best Buy or something. I was part of the Geek Squad. I don't know, you know, something like that. That might be cool." Ooh, Ethan has thrown out the Desert Island question. I love it. You can only take one film, Zombie or Dawn of the Dead. Which is it? Man, I gotta go Zombie 1979. I love Dawn of the Dead. It's a masterpiece, but Zombie just, I don't know, man. It's something else for me. It's one of my all-time favorites. I think it's really the score that does it. Like, I think the Dawn of the Dead characters are way better, but the score in Zombie is fucking amazing. The kills are, hot take, way better than Dawn of the Dead too, which is a really hot take because that's some of Tom Savini's best work. But dude, I mean, fuck. The kills in Zombie are so memorable. There's not as many as in Zombie that there are in Dawn of the Dead, but every single kill in Zombie is super memorable and super gory. I don't know. That's why it's one of my favorites. It just keeps elevating as you go along throughout it. It's, oh god, it's so good. That neck rip too, when your main zombie bites into the one girl's neck. That's so fucked, man. Oh, and just gushing out, and you can hear her like dying. It's great. I love it. But Dawn of the Dead's a masterpiece too, man. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. My only thing about Dawn of the Dead is there's some like uneven parts. Like, I don't know how to say it. I think the characters are way better than in Zombie 1979, but man, gotta go Zombie, dude. Love me some Italian horror. What can I say? Lighting Ghost throwing in a $2. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for the $2, man. $2 super chat. I didn't even finish it. Saying, I enjoy Barbarian. Loved the suspense and kills. Me too, man. I don't want to go too spoilery, because it's a very underground horror film and not too many people even know about it. So to answer your question, Anthony, I don't want to, we'll talk about it, but I don't want to spoil anything because, man, that is a movie you don't want to know anything about before you see it. Wow. I was not expecting half of the shit we saw in that. I really didn't know too much about what was going on in that movie. I kind of wanted, I know, Anthony. I know, man. I want to talk spoilers too. I do too. But yeah, if you can if you can code that message, sure. I'll do my best to respond. But yeah, I highly recommend Barbarian. If you're looking for something that's really gonna blow your mind, and you're like, man, the horror's been good this year, but nothing has really like absolutely blown my mind with a million left turns constantly. Wow. Let me tell you about fucking Barbarian, dude. Every 20 minutes, there's like a new left turn, a new twist where you're just like, what? Like, how did this happen? Holy crap. But I really loved it. I was a really big fan of it. And I won't say why, but I got a comment earlier too. Someone saying that, oh, way better, like X was way better than Barbarian. Like, I don't know, man. I get that. That's a totally fair argument. Honestly, I think X is also like a 10 out of 10 horror flick. I really do enjoy it a lot, but Barbarian. I like Barbarian better for one specific reason. And if you've seen it, you probably know, if you've been watching this channel for a while, there's one big element of it that I won't spoil, but it's just like, I think it's like X in here. Let me X and Barbarian, but Barbarian's just a pubic hair above it. A pube above it. That's my official review. Barbarian is just a pube better than X. Have that written on my tombstone, please. What's up, Carter Scotland Allen? What's up, man? How's it hanging? If you want, I'm down to join the stream for a bit. Obviously not trying to, listen, you are trying to invite yourself, but it's all good. No, I'm kidding, man. Yeah, no, let's sure, man. I'm totally down for that. Let me see if I can remember your email off the cuff. Let's see if I can just do that. This is my favorite part of streaming, when I just get, yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm pretty sure Carter Scotland Allen is your Gmail. Yeah, probably shouldn't be doxing you like that, but hey, that's that's there we go. I sent you a little invite, so go ahead and join in. Why not? This person saying, "What's up, my man?" How's it going, man? Dude, what if they somehow were able to sneak Jill back in for filming, and she's killing or organizing everything like she did in Scream 4? We got that Easter egg. I wonder if I still have this picture. I kind of want to talk about this for a sec. I don't think I do. I think I had to delete. You can only put so many pictures on StreamYard. Unfortunately, words are hard, man. But there was this picture that says Jill's Flower Shop, which was a part of one of the set pieces for Scream 6. And excuse me. The reason we know that is because we have Chris from Discover Montreal talking to us a little bit about this iconic flower shop that's in Montreal. It's what was used for this flower shop, and it just says Jill's Flowers, or maybe it says Jill's Flower Shop. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we're already seeing a bunch of references to Scream 4. I mean, Kirby's back. We have this. I would be shocked if Jill isn't even mentioned in this film. That would be, honestly, super surprising. So I see it happening, as well as her coming back for like a flashback or something. I could totally see that being the case. I also don't feel like her death was as definitive as, like, it's arguable with Stu, right? Like, there's people on both sides of that. I think we can all admit to that there are people who are kind of like, Stu could have lived, or no way Stu lived. But with Jill, man, I mean, she got shocked and shot in the chest. So I feel like we could bring her back and it wouldn't be like that controversial. I was listening to another thing I wanted to talk about in this video today was this James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick interview with The Horror Hour, an awesome YouTube channel. The links for everything we're talking about today, by the way, is in the description of this video. So if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, Jake, all of that stuff's down there. So this interview is down there, as well as that Craven Something Scary video. This is such an interesting interview. I took a bunch of notes about some of the things that they said, and something that James said that really struck me at the heart and really made me I want to know more about how he feels about this. But he says he doesn't like payoffs that you have to wait till the third film to get, essentially. And the quote was exactly, "Not a fan of having to wait until the third film for a payoff." I honestly, I feel like that's not exact, but what I kind of like was like hearing it and writing it down. So, but he essentially says that he doesn't really like things where it's like set up in the first movie and then goes all the way to the third film. I don't know how I feel about that, because David Gordon Green is very clearly doing that with the new Halloween movies. That's something I love about these new films, is that a little tiny throwaway line in Halloween 2018 comes back full force for Halloween Kills to be this major plot point. That's really cool to me. And it's not like, oh, you needed to see that in Halloween 2018 to know what's up. No, it's it's like it's still cool. It's just cool. It's just a cool little Easter egg like that. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of makes me think they're not really setting anything up in 6 that's going to go back to 5. This is just going to be a brand new story with the same characters. I'm not against that at all. But I just think it's a little cooler when you can find ways to do that, to bring things back. I think the thing that I'm sick of, especially though, is just going back to the original movie. I feel like we've done everything we possibly could from that. But yeah. When are you going to do a spoiler discussion? Do you have a window of time that needs to pass before you openly discuss? Yeah, like how do I want to say this? Barbarian's really fucking under the radar. Like it's not as popular as something like Scream or Halloween, Terrifier. Like people don't even know about this movie. It's pretty underground. Like my video on it's not even doing that well. Like I think it's like a 10 out of 10 or something. So yeah, it's just not as mainstream. So that's why I don't want to spoil it until more people have seen it. So maybe in like a week we'll do like a little thing on like a weird day or something. We'll do a thing. But I have an amazing guest here with me, who I'm very excited to announce. We have Mr. Carter Scotland Allen here to talk little Scream with us. What's up, man? How's it going?
Hello. Is this sound good this time? I know the first stream we had, I had a lot of issues there. So
yeah, no, you sound great. I like your mic, the RGB on that.
Thanks. Dope. Yeah, I was like, I could go with something simple that I can just plug in and call it good.
Hell yeah, dude. No, that's awesome, dude. Oh, what's that Nope post? What's that Nope thing in the background there? Oh,
I realized I downloaded like I'm with the Regal Unlimited now, so I just like pay the monthly fee and just go to whatever movie. And I realized I had like 80,000 Regal points, so I just bought the Nope poster, ET poster, the Jaws and IMAX poster, and they're all 13 by 19, relatively small but decent enough that you can still see. And
oh, nice, cool. Man. That's dope, dude. I love it. Sick. I just caught my eye. I was like, oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
man.
Fun. I hear you talking about Barbarian. I loved it.
Oh, wasn't that awesome, man? I don't want to get too. I just wanted to preface this. I didn't want to get into too much spoilers, and all that, because obviously not too many people have seen it yet. But yeah,
I honestly wouldn't tell anybody anything about this film. This isn't a film where you would say anything beforehand, not even about a character, nothing about even the location of the film. It's just go and see it. Yeah.
I read the plot synopsis for it in my review, and even that was like, I don't even know if I should do that. Like, you should just go into it knowing nothing about it and just enjoy it. It's a fucking weird movie, but I love it.
It is weird. I had an audience of like maybe 8 other people, but everybody in the theater was entirely on the same page of just WTF over and over.
Yeah. So, yeah, I looked at the guy, the guy. So I was with my buddy, but I looked at the guy like to my right, and I'm just like, dude, like I just went like that to him, and he's like, I know, right? Like this is a total stranger, never met him before in my life. And mid movie, I'm just like, what? And the 30-minute mark is what I'm talking about specifically, if you know what I'm talking about. That where you're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, it was awesome, but. Carter, what do you think about? So I just kind of went over these new Scream 6 pictures. How do you feel about this?
Are you talking about were you talking about Jill's shop or whatever, those things?
So here's a brand new behind the scenes picture from one of the, I think it's Mel's studio that they're filming in for Scream 6, and this is Chad with Ghostface gloves on, wiping the blood off of a knife. How does that make you feel? Is this like, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm leaning towards promotional material. That's my guess, like kind of how like they did like the everyone with the ghost face masks in the last movie. Yeah. But it kind of makes me think about like, what if Chad was the killer? I could see him having a good motive. You know what I mean? How does that make you feel?
I could see Chad having a good motive, and I could go either way. Honestly, whoever ends up being the killer, I will most likely be fine with. It's just about the ride to get there for me personally. And a lot of the time it is about the motive behind. It's not necessarily who it is, it's why they did it. And I think whatever reason they would come up with would be entertaining enough at the least. But Chad, I don't think he will end up being the killer. I do think it's probably something more like promotional material. And I do think if any of the Meeks family were to be a killer, it would probably be Mindy. But even then, I'm leaning away from that because I just don't want to see our new type of Randy character be a killer. It just, I don't know, just doesn't sit right for either of the meats to be a killer for me.
I feel that. I think because he's, they're in the lineage of Mr. Randy, who is awesome, like, excuse me, a fan favorite character. So it would be kind of weird. I agree with you there. So what's I see a lot of people saying this about Mindy though. How do you like? Is there a specific reason you would think Mindy over Chad for being the killer?
I mean, simply based off of what we've seen in Scream 5.
Yeah.
With her being one of the only characters, I think actually the only character that you don't see get attacked. Really, I mean, yeah, you see the small little confrontation, but that one little bit just doesn't sit right with me. It seems like why would they not show that? So that's the one piece of evidence that I would say fully that's a reason why. But as far as what we've seen from Scream 6, there's nothing further evidence-wise that I would have a reason why. So I'm really honestly going in pretty dark with this. Even with all of the leaks that we've had, I still don't really feel like I have a clue of who the killer is.
Yeah, like I'm starting to really speculate Samara Weaving, like maybe, but then at the same time, it's like, would that be too obvious? There's like every single character, there's like some kind of monkey's paw effect with, where it's like, oh yeah, this could totally be it, but it would be like maybe a little too obvious, or this character maybe might not be as good of a killer as this other actor. So it's really tough to say what they're gonna go with and what they're gonna do this time around. Do they take the same approach as the last movie, where it's like they're bigger stars who have played like either like Jack Quaid has played in a bunch of stuff right now. He's just this huge up and coming star, and Mikey Madison who has played a super crazy character before. Mm-hmm. Do they go that same route with this new movie? Like if you had to, like, right now with the cast we have, you had to predict a killer.
It's so weird because I'm personally under the impression that they are making this film super alike Scream 2 while also being extremely different. So for example, I don't think we're going to get the mother of somebody as a killer. And I don't think, and like as a red herring, just because of Scream 5, you actually did have the boyfriend be the killer. Same with the original Scream, you have the boyfriend be the killer. And then in Scream 2, that's the red herring. You're not sure. And I don't think they're going to do that again. So I think, once again, the boyfriend will probably be a red herring, just like in Scream 2. So that's going to feel a little annoying to some, might even to me, just depending on how they play it out. Another cafeteria scene or not.
Oh my God, please no.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, I mean, based off of what we've seen, like, Josh Segarra seems like he would be a very big red herring. I don't think he'll be... Again, my whole thing is, I think it's somebody we know from Scream 2022. It's somebody we know, as well as some other characters that will be introduced either in the end of this film or the next film. And one reason why I actually kind of just wanted to join the stream is because I've had some ideas written on my phone, and I'm like, I have no idea how to make it into a full plot theory video, so I'm just going to throw some of these ideas out there if you're cool with it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's why I'm live right now, because I couldn't come up with a cohesive video. I was like, fuck it, let's just talk about all this.
And I've never made a theory video, so I tried doing it, but I was just like, this is just rambling and rambling and rambling, so might as well talk about it with somebody else that could go back and forth. But so I thought what would possibly be the case is that Samara Weaving is a up-and-coming news anchor working either for or with Gale, and it sounds so easy. The more I say it, the more I hate it, but it just seems like something that would be plausible, something that Paramount might let happen. I don't know, it just seems something very simple, and that's just to have her be the new kind of Debbie Salt, but she's actually a reporter, actually wants Gale's position. And then I don't know where Tony Ravioli, yeah, what's his face?
Pepperoni, no,
whatever.
Revelori.
I have no idea how he would be involved in this. I do think we're going to see Gale promoting her book about Dewey.
Yeah.
Obviously, just the basics, the obvious, Tara, Mindy, and Chad going to college together, Sam following Tara to protect her, basic stuff like that, which I think obviously everybody kind of already expects. I do think the film could possibly open with a first flashback sequence, and that could be the flashback of Kirby escaping, which I do think could be really cool.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
But again, they're subverting the expectations of having somebody die in the opening scene. And I do think that would upset some people. I think coming back for Scream 6, whatever they're calling it, I think coming back, people are going to want an opening kill. So that, unfortunately, I think is kind of unlikely. I think we are going to get an opening kill.
I want an opening kill. It's just,
actually, yeah, that's a good dropping off point. Who do you think would be an opening kill, dude? I hope not Kirby, because that would piss me off just to get 10 minutes of Kirby. Even if we get 10 minutes total, it's fine. I just don't want her to be the opening kill. I want some actual character. I agree.
There's so much she could add to the plot too, like with these new characters, and she could kind of be like not only just a stand-in for the legacy characters. She could be kind of like something that happened in Scream 4 could come back and affect these characters. Something I talked about is they weren't much younger. Like Sam wasn't much younger than Kirby. I think she would have been like either a freshman or in like 8th grade when like she was like a senior in high school. So like she could have been involved with those killings. I brought this up in a video a while ago where I was like, man, when Sam says that line where she's like, the last Ghostface killings that happened were in 2011, she kind of just like looks off, like does this. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. You almost don't even notice it, but she kind of just looks off into the distance. It's almost like she's reminiscing about something she experienced via those attacks, like back in 2010, 2011. They kind of get that wrong in the movie, but whatever. I think that's totally possible for them to do something like that. But opening kill, what we're talking, who's going to be the opening kill of this movie, though? I think it's got to be one of our survivors. Going to be honest.
Okay. Well, okay. One of our survivors from the last film, or including Gale and obviously
sure,
not Sydney, but Sydney. I mean,
Oh my! Wait! How awful would that be? They get Nev Campbell back, but she's the opening kill, dude. I'd be like, nope, never mind. Just don't put her in the movie.
Or they don't get Nev Campbell back, and they still have her be the opening kill. They just don't show her face.
They just do it off screen. That's way worse.
F you.
Right? Oh my god, that's ass. But who do you think is going to be the opening kill? Is it going to be one of our new people coming along, or is it going to be possibly one of our surviving characters from the last movie?
I do think it'll probably end up. It's either going to be. Actually, I'm gonna say somebody new, because Tara's character was somebody new at the time, and she survived. I think with the announcement that this Ghostface is much darker, I think the opening kill will be much more reminiscent to the original Scream, and it's gonna be pretty dang bloody, maybe reminiscent to Olivia's kill in Scream 4.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's just gonna be one of those where it's a real shock. I don't know who it could be, because they're never gonna do another Drew Barrymore or Jada Pinkett. Like, I just don't feel like they're gonna recapture that again. So
I love
somebody
that.
New, somebody.
Yeah, I honestly, I agree. I could see them doing somebody new instead, just because it could, like, you could still have a Ghostface survivor technically be a new character and then kill them off in the opening scene, because that's kind of like. It's kind of, we got that plot description. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's all about like, one of the survivors of past Ghostface killings gets murdered, bringing everybody together, essentially. Just the setup. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I could see them writing in like somebody's sister, somebody's mother, and then killing them in the opening scene. And it would almost be like meta to Scream 2. Like I could see them doing something like that, and I wouldn't mind it. I think that would be kind of cool, actually. I do want to talk about some comments I just starred, though. So some of these are really funny. T. Parker Evans is saying, instead of a cafeteria sing-along, we'll get a TikTok dance, which is way worse. How do you feel about that?
It's sad because it could happen. Actually, we already got our TikTok fill in Bodies.
Yeah, and they slashed
And that
them.
and that was well done though in Bodies.
Yeah, it was cool. I think it fit there. You know what I mean? But man, they might do
Scream.
it for Scream. They don't need to though. They really don't need to. That's funny. Can't Kill Dill, which I love your profile picture, is saying Chad could just become so paranoid and sucked into the inner workings of horror, not unlike Mindy, but he becomes overwhelmed and loses his shit and decides the only way to survive is to be the killer. Honestly, I don't know if I hate that or not. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was interesting.
Hate that either.
It's kind of cool to take a Randy character down that route. And we don't really know that about Chad though. Chad didn't really express a love for horror movies that much in that last movie. Like sure, he kind of tells his girl. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of laid back for a jock, you know? He's not really that aggressive.
There's that one bar scene, but even then he's really tame.
Right? It's like, okay, he's like saying angry things, but he just seems like he seems like my older brother or something. Like I feel like I can just hang out with the guy. You know, he seems really chill. But I could see them going that route. That could be cool. Him being like, I have to be the killer so that no one else kills me or my loved ones. Maybe that's how upset he is about Liv's death, you know? I mean, could be the case. That could be cool.
Oh, Liv, so underused.
At least she dies in like the coolest way.
Oh yeah, she had an awesome death.
You know?
I loved it.
That's what I always think when I think about her. I just rewatched Scream 5 like 2 nights ago, and I'm like, you know, she does not do anything in this movie, but at least she has a fucking awesome death.
Yes. If she had a lame death, it really would have been annoying. But that was like, oh, that was cool. That was worth it.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that. What's even scarier is no motive to kill. Killing just to kill, stir up a muck, and seeing if they can get away with it. Or they try a Mickey 2.0 and a little better, which I absolutely think they could do better.
Yes, I'm on the stream right now.
You can go take that call, man. It's all good.
Goodbye. I don't know. Dottie probably is.
Yes. Tell them I said hey. No, I'm totally kidding. But yeah. Order me a pizza while you're at it. Anyways, L No Way is saying what's even scarier is just no motive to kill, which I think is great. Try a Mickey 2.0, but a little better. I'm honestly kind of fucking super down for that. Like have a Josh Segarra kind of character, just like super badass at killing. We've always seen Ghostface fumble around. Like think about that scene in the garage in Scream 1 where it's Tatum throwing all the beers at him and stuff, and he's just like slipping and sliding all over the ground. It's a little silly, you know, it is. And Scary Movie even makes fun of it 3 years later or so. But I think, to see a Ghostface who's way more professional and knows what he's doing, has like all of his knives situated and cleans them like a serial killer. That could be kind of cool. How do you feel about that?
I think it's actually pretty cool. I didn't love Mickey, but seeing somebody like you said, Josh Segarra, just being totally precise with everything, and then you could still have the one kind of loosey goosey, still kind of how people perceive Billy and Stu, where Billy's the more, you know, the one who's got it all planned out,
running the show. Yeah,
but it could be even more upped where it's, you know, like you said, this Ghostface has knives hidden different places already set up at, you know, the final location or whatever it may be. I don't know if you already covered it, but I saw the why not 2 victims for the opening kill, but 1 survives.
Oh, do I have that in my starred? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, you can see that too. I forgot. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about these. We had a lot of good comments there. T. Barker Evans is saying, why not 2 victims for the opening kill, but no one survives? 2 people dying. So
no, but 1 survives, he says.
Oh, but 1 right.
Either or though, you could go either way.
Fun fact, I can't read. But yeah, no. Yeah, I was gonna say it's very reminiscent of like Scream 4's opening, obviously with a different outcome. But I'd be down. I'd be down for that. That'd be cool. How would you feel about that? Do you think that would be kind of cool, or do you want like a bloodbath opening?
I think it needs to be. If somebody's gonna survive, they got to get messed up even more than Tara. But then that feels just like a recreation of that film's opening. So I kind of don't want to see that, as cool as it does kind of sound. I just want to see one person. That sounds bad. I want to see one person get brutally murdered.
I just want, yeah, just come on the stream and be like, I just want to see a person get brutally murdered. You know, I got to be honest. I say some awful shit. Yeah, I know. I say some awful shit online, and I hope someone isn't just like one day pulls this video up in like a court of law where I'm talking about eating babies and shit. Yeah. I'm just like, well, fuck, man. I guess I am crazy. I got one more, though. I want to talk about this. I have a strong feeling they're going to put a psychopathic character again based on the missing animal posters. This is something I talked about this briefly in a video where I said, man, all these what's with all these missing animal posters? Are we going to have Ghostface going after like dogs and cats and shit in this? Like, how fucked up is Scream 6 about to get? Because I'm totally down for them to take a darker approach with this middle movie in their trilogy. I think that could be fun and experimental, kind of like how Halloween Kills is, but like hopefully a little better.
I'm going to hate this, and a lot of people are going to hate this as I say it, but I feel like Scream 6 could be, because they comment on elevated horror in Scream 5.
Right.
What if they just kind of ended up making it not necessarily elevated horror, but they just made it a more straight up horror film with less of the meta than what we're used to, so that way it kind of is an elevated version of what we've seen before. But I don't know if that would work.
I think that could be cool, though. I mean, there's meta humor in Scream 5, but it's never like in your face. I don't think. Like a lot of it's kind of like tongue in cheek or someone in the background when he's like, "Oh man, this series goes off the rails with the 5th movie or something." It's like, okay, that's funny. I like that. So if they were to just keep it in the background a little more than even like 5 did, and then just kind of focus on it being maybe a little more darker, having what can't kill Dale. I literally was about to say this, a structural change for the film. Absolutely. I'd be down to see it. This is the movie to experiment, I would say. Like, I know a lot of people want a back to basics similar to Scream 1, but I want to see them kind of fuck with it a little bit, even if it results in a worse product. I'm just curious, like, what else this franchise can do besides the same old that we've gotten the past 5 movies.
Yeah, how far can they stretch it and have it be entertaining and enjoyable? Because I mean, really, these 5 films are all really similar, and I love them, but you got to do something different now.
Yeah, and I think even the last one was fun. You know, I really liked Scream 5. The more I watch it, the more I'm like, okay, you know, there are some things that age not so well, and then there's some things that age like fine wine. It's weird how certain elements of it do and some don't. But I really did. I still really enjoyed it. It's still my middle movie in my ranking, like number 3. And I really think that if they go just completely off the rails with this next one, I think that could be fun and really experimental. Seriously, change this up. I don't know about the no opening kill though. I don't know if that's what I would change.
And can't kill. Can we go back to that too? I was gonna ask you, because I don't think we actually covered who you think, because you said you think that it's gonna be one of the returning characters that is going to die. So who do you think that's gonna be? Because I just straight up don't think it's gonna be Sam or Tara, however you pronounce it. It's not going to be them. It's just not.
I agree. I don't think it's going to be one of them. And if I hadn't seen the set photos, I'd maybe be speculating, okay, yeah, it could be one of the Meeks twins. I don't think it is. We see so much of them in all the behind the scenes stuff, Chad and Mindy alike. I really don't think it's going to be our core 4. They're not killing Gale in the opening. That would be insane. I hope I don't eat those words in a couple of months. But I really do think it's going to be a new character, but it's going to tie in to the past because, like I said, this franchise is obsessed with that. So I feel like it's going to be like we've had all this talk about like, oh, Liv's sister is coming back for this movie. Like that's going to be a focal point. I haven't really read too much into that because I don't want to get spoiled, but I almost feel like the opening scene could be like a relative character, and then
what
it's
about
like
Martha.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if there was
how
ever
it would correlate, and they'd have to bring him back to Woodsboro, but
we could have the opening scene in Woodsboro though. We could just do that, and then the rest of it's in New York. But with that, I mean, that wouldn't really set the tone, though, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that they got to set the tone right away for this film is mostly going to be in New York. So I'm guessing it's going to be maybe we get a subway kill as the opening kill. Maybe we get an alleyway kill as the opening kill. But those also feel like things that would be more grand, more finale-ish.
I feel that, and I just don't think it, like, if they didn't do it in New York, if it wasn't something New Yorkian, it just wouldn't like fit the whole. It wouldn't fit the whole fucking vibe of the movie. I don't think so. No, I feel you on that. But Locked, I see someone talking about Cat Dog, which is hilarious. But Locked is saying, obviously this movie is wrapped up, but for 7, would you like to see Jordan Peele be a consultant for the script? I think he could add a lot to Scream. What do you think Jordan Peele's Scream would look like?
I have no idea what it would look like, but simply because he himself hopped from comedy into horror, I think he's like the one director out there that you could kind of, the one, huge director. I don't think people would want to see Spielberg's version of Scream. I mean, there's some people that would want to see that, but like Tom Cruise makes Scream. No, it's just something most people don't want to see. But Jordan Peele being attached to it, I think actually would bring a lot of. It would just add a lot of eyes onto the franchise. But too, with how diverse his filmmaking is already in just 3 films, sure, go ahead.
I definitely feel like there's 2 things I think 100% would be the case with a Jordan Peele Scream film. You would 100% have social commentary, and that's what all the meta commentary would be going back to. It would be something about that, not movies. I don't honestly, I don't think it would be about movies. I think he would make it his own thing. And that's the other thing. There would be a massive structure change because he does his own thing with his movies, and you can feel that. Like, sure, you can feel influence, like especially in Nope from like Jaws, Jurassic Park. Like, you got those influences. Close Encounters, like you got those influences in that movie for sure. But he does his own thing with it, and he's very, very vocal about that with the tone and certain scenes in his film. Like, I love that fucking scene in Nope where all the fake aliens are running around like that. And yes. It's scary, but that whole scene comes off to me like, yeah, I could have done that, but we're going to go with crazy spaceship that eats people. It's been long enough.
Yeah, it has been long enough. I just watched it for a second time the other day.
Hell yeah, dude. It's out on digital too. So if you haven't seen it, that's your own fault at this point. I can't wait to buy that one though. That one, yes, it's going to be good. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait. But yeah, what's up? Sorry.
I was gonna say, if you don't pull up another comment, I have one ready that I was like, I'm actually kind of there for, and it's a time traveler's comment. What about the motive being the killer hates spoilers, as it's a real trend? People leak the movie scripts and ruin it for others. It happened with Scream 2. This is their Scream 2.
Oh, here it
wait,
is.
no, I guess no, that was actually Scream 3. I'm wrong because it happened right. I think it was Scream 3 that they changed the script quite a bit or whatever.
Yeah, Scream 3 more, but Scream 2 they also kind of changed it up a little bit. I think I think it's the script leaked or whatever, and someone found out who one of the killers were, and then they changed it.
Oh yeah, they changed it, yeah.
But Scream 3 was even more disastrous. I mean, I guess they were like writing scenes the day that they were filming it and shit. Like it was pretty fucking rough being on that set. But I still I know a lot of people don't love Scream 3, but I've really come around to it. I like it a lot more now.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. It's Scooby-Doo, but PG-13. I know it's R-rated, but it feels PG-13. But yeah. But what about the motive being the killer hates spoilers, as it's a real trend? Ooh, I like that. A real trend. People leak the movie scripts and ruin it for others. Definitely something on Radio Silence's mind, for sure. That is really cool, by the way. I love the accentuated features on that little thing. That's so cool. Fuck yeah. But how do you feel about that, Carter? Would you like to see them kind of comment on that? And it would almost be kind of pissy, It's like, hey, stop leaking shit.
Yeah, I kind of like it too, just because I personally don't know. I've been trying to think of like, what the heck is the motive going to be for the killer? It's got to be something drastically different. The first one is totally just dark. Like, that's just a dark story that's got some meta commentary on it. Whereas, like the, second one, sequels, then all that stuff, and you just keep going. The trilogy, requel, remake, reboot, whatever it was, and then now we're here. I don't know where they go from it, go from elevated horror, because we haven't strayed too far away from elevated horror since this film's released. So horror hasn't changed much since then. I think it's just going to be something within the world that's already existing. So like I said, it could be a possibility of Samara Weaving working for Gale and being pissed at her, wanting the lead anchor position, or it could be, I just had it, but I just feel like it's got to be something in the world, something that doesn't really, something not stab related. There we go.
Yeah. I'm kind of done with the stab stuff.
I think it's not going to be about. It's going to be about the past, but not about the stab franchise. Why
or Scream 1 or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm totally about that, honestly. If they want to connect it to like Scream 4 now with Kirby or whatever, I think that could be cool, man. Or just, it's just an example, but I'd be down for that. I'd be down for them to connect it to like this is a kind of an idea too. I don't know. There's a lot of routes that they could go with it. I just hope they don't take a similar approach to what they did with 5, I guess. I hope it's something different from even that, because we have 5 now and it's good, but it feels a lot like the original in a lot of ways. I do appreciate it more now. Some of the surprises, I think for a little while there, I was kind of like, man, I'm starting to lose interest. I watched it again yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know. I still really like it, but Pessimistic Clown has a really cool comment here saying, I have a feeling Devin Nakata's character is going to be the killer. Ooh, she has a killer look. Also might be related to Amber. I feel like they'll keep with the related bits. Like killer's going to be related somehow. Still going to be a thing. How does that make you feel?
After looking at that actress, she totally looks like she would be related to Amber, or it could be something where it's just like she's a college roommate of Tara or whoever, somebody like that. I do think it'll be somebody related. I don't want to see, because if they have it somebody related to the killers of the last film, I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
So that's what's interesting, because over on like Google is saying this, so this may not be true. We have Samara Weaving listed as Jean McKenzie. So what's up there? Is she Liv's sister? Is she Liv's sister?
The most underdeveloped character. Why do we care that I wouldn't care.
I would have no interest in that.
Yeah, as much as I like Samara Weaving and everybody involved, I just wouldn't care.
Me too, man. I don't know, man. I just would not give a shit about that. It's not only is it the same thing as 2, but it's about a side character who had like just a handful of lines in the last movie. Most
of them were kind of comedic too.
Yeah, it was funny stuff. Her and Mindy's banter, I think, was good. To me, the only reason why I feel like the Billy's mother thing works in Scream 2 is because it's the mother of the killer from the last film, and even that I don't love. But like that makes more sense than if you were to do the mother or sister or whatever of a fucking character like that. It just doesn't. That was killed. Yeah, right. It doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't like that.
Personally. The murderers are already murdered. Like.
Yeah. There's no vengeance, no retribution to be sought. So.
Yeah, I had a note, and this was going back to the opening idea that I had, and it was, so you have the opening of the film is just a straight up flashback to 2011. Kirby gets rescued, or it's not necessarily her being rescued. It could just be a kind of like a small little chase sequence, but more of a crawl where she's trying to sneak her way through the house, covering her blood trails, trying to hide from Jill and Charlie wherever they are in that scene. And then you cut to present day where it's just Kirby discussing those whole events to her college class where Mindy's listening in on that. And then you get your first little banter between those two characters, which starts off their rivalry, but also could be your first hint at 2 red herrings. Is it Kirby? Is it Mindy? So right then there you could start it off. And then I even went as far as to saying, like, you cut from there to Sam and Tara in their apartment or whatever, and they're watching Gale on the news, and Gale's reading like an excerpt of her book about Dewey, and Sam and Tara aren't kind of buying it. They're just like, well, just, I don't know. That's what I got so far, but I'm like, it just feels like stuff that could be plausible.
Yeah, no, I dig it, man. That's kind of sick. I really like the idea of like the focus on Gale, talking a little bit about like her book about Dewey and all that. I hope that's kind of a plot point here, almost where it's like she's less interested in reporting the news, more interested in writing her book about Dewey. But Dewey says in that last one, he's like, "You were always happiest when you were writing." So it's almost like I wonder if that's going to play into what she's going through in this new film now.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see how much they use Gale. I really hope she's either got to be in over like half of the film and really not necessarily be on the screen the entire time, but she needs to either be super integral to the plot or kind of like how Sydney was in the last film, just kind of push her in the last little bit. But even then, that I don't want. I want her to be involved, period. If it's in New York, she's got to be involved.
I hope she's not just like the third act backup this time around, kind of like how the legacy characters were last time. I hope she's like actually playing a role the whole movie. Like it's almost like a subplot and then it collides with the new characters again. I just, that to me is going to be way more fun than her just like showing up halfway through the movie. Like, I'm reporting on all this Ghostface stuff again. Like, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Come on. There's so many different routes we could go. T. Parker Evans is saying the Stab franchise goes to stream on Paramount Plus September 30th. In their universe, instead of movies, it's a show now. I'm really just done with the Stab franchise. I got to be honest. Yeah. I kind of just like, I don't. We've done enough, you know. We've really done enough with it, I think. But I also could see them doing this too. I wouldn't be shocked if they commented on streaming or something. Like it makes sense. Oh, look at that. He's even got a little blue knife too. I like it.
Yeah, dude. Go pick him up at Walmart.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
There we go. That's better.
Look at the little guy. Look at him. Look at him go. Good stuff.
So, where do you think this? I want to hear it real quick, Carrie. What'd you think? Just quick thought.
No spoilers, but yeah, throw your thoughts in about Barbarian. What's up, man?
Where do you think, based off of what we already know, where does Scream 5 kind of fit in your ranking?
I got it right in the middle. I like it more. I like 4 and 1 better than 5, but I like it more than 2 and 3 personally.
Okay. That's kind of similar to mine. I have 1, then 2, then 5, then 4, then 3.
Gotcha.
I think this film I will actually end up, for some reason, I just have a feeling that I'm going to end up enjoying it more than Scream 5. Not necessarily because of what we're going to get story-wise. I do just think I'm going to enjoy that New York setting. So what I was trying to get at is there's got to be a reason to have this New York setting. And obviously in Scream 2, it was just their college setting. I think this is something more than just, they're going off to college, because if they're going off to college, they could have picked anywhere else. Again, I do think it's them recognizing that they got to change something visually about the films, because they do all look relatively the same except for 4. I'm babbling on, but what do you want to see from New York? Why do you think it's going to be in the film essentially? What's the reason of setting it in New York?
Gotta be Gale Weathers. Gotta be Gale Weathers with the morning show. Like, I feel like that has to be it. That's why maybe we'll take more of a focus towards her character. I just feel like if they don't do that, I'd be pretty disappointed, because they set that up a lot in the last film to like, she has this morning show. She lives in New York. Her and Dewey's relationship didn't work out because of that. Go somewhere with that. Now, Dewey's dead. How does that affect Gale a year later? What is she doing now? Is she writing the book? Is she no longer interested in doing this? I want to know. I want to know more about how that's affecting her as a human being. I feel like that's going to be the most interesting story to tell here. But once again, I'm going to be happy with whatever they give us, pretty much. But I hope they go that route, because otherwise, what was the point of setting it in New York if you set that up perfectly in the last film? They better do something with her as a focal point in this movie. But we do have some good comments I want to talk about.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's a couple of them.
Oh, yeah, there's a few that I'm just like, oh, shit. This one's saying, before we got Jill, I don't think a Sidney Prescott family member killer would have gone over as a theory with fans, but she's one of the best. Maybe it'll work. I see it happen. I mean, I love Jill, too. I mean, I think she's great. She's one of my favorite killers. My personal favorite sequel killer, too. So there you go. But this one's really interesting. I do want to clarify. I don't dislike Sonia Amar's performance. It's more of the fact that she didn't have a whole lot to do with the script. You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about that? Did you like her, like, Liv's actors actress's performance, I guess.
I thought she was fine, but like you said, there's not much to be overly good with or overly bad with that performance because there was so little given to her. She, like, again, it's kind of one of those characters where it's like, yeah, she was useless, but useless in a way where it's not even an annoyance because you kind of forget about her until she's on the screen. Then you're like, oh, is she a killer? Oh no, she's dead. Like, so it's just one of those characters that I kind of didn't care about. So her performance could have gone either way for me. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think she was bad, not in any way. I don't think she was bad. It's just she didn't really have an opportunity to really shine too much. So, and then like I kind of don't love the thing that's really not aging well for me is they try to last minute make her a red herring, like, and it's really aggressive how they do it. I just wish they would have hit the brakes a little bit on that scene where she walks in and she's like, oh God, like everything's awful and I can't find Chad and all that. And she's just like really getting in Mindy's face. It would have worked if she would have just walked away and then didn't get in Mindy's face and say, I'm gonna kill you. What if I'm the killer? Maybe I'm not too. If they would have cut that out, I think that whole scene would have worked. But it's so obviously a red herring. I just don't care for it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I see someone, we got Danny here asking about Ice Nine Kills. I love Ice. I actually was just showing this band to my dad recently. Do you listen to any Ice Nine Kills? Are you a metalhead, Carter?
I've only heard a few songs. I've actually been getting more and more into metal just because I know I mentioned before I do tree work, so I'm around chainsaws and chippers and stuff. So it just helps to listen to even more loud music. Which I know it's totally not good for my ears, but got to do it while we can.
Exactly. Got to listen to good music while you can. I've always been a big metalhead. My dad was the bass player in kind of a prominent Cleveland metal band back in the 90s. So it's kind of like it just runs in the family. We're all musicians. We all love metal. So it's good stuff. I like it. We might have to do another spoiler stream of your game. That is. Oh, I'm down. Maybe like next weekend or something. Maybe we all do like a Barbarian stream or something. I would just love to talk about that. Talk spoilers too. That could be fun.
It is so fun.
There's a lot to break down from that one. That one's wow. it's a lot. But I barely covered everything I wanted to talk about. I'm not gonna spoil it. No worries. But I don't know, man. There's so much to talk about with that fucking movie. I was like, I'm writing down like 100 notes, and I'm like, I can't talk about all this. The fucking video is gonna be an hour. Like, it's gonna be awful. Give me some Wi-Fi and a charger, please. I'll do my best, Extron. I'll do my absolute best. What else do we got here?
Ooh.
The comment about Liv and Wes being the killers instead, I agree. This was my original prediction for Scream 5. I really thought it was going to be Liv and Wes. I don't know who said that, but
I don't remember exactly what I put. It's my first video on my channel is my Scream prediction for the killers. And Wes, I was so adamant on him being a killer just because of who it was. But yeah, that's one thing I will say is a complaint about the film is the underuse of Wes. I actually kind of wish you could have taken out Liv completely, had Chad be single, have him be a little bit more of an F-boy. and then, and then he kind of seems a little bit, you still have that likability from his comedic side, but then with him being kind of more of an F-boy, you would have been like, okay, I'm ready for this guy to die. But then he doesn't die. I don't know. Yeah, I like it. I thought Liv and Wes should have been the killers.
This is interesting to me. I have some feelings about this, but my thoughts are if Liv and Wes would have been the killers, I think it would have been more like maybe a better mystery. But I don't think that the actress and actor, like I love Dylan Minnette and Sonia Amar, but I don't think they would have pulled off the killer speech at the end as well as Jack Quaid and Mikey Madison did. That's kind of my thoughts. I'm not saying they're like, no way am I saying they're bad actors and actresses. Not saying that, but I just feel like Jack Quaid is such a seasoned actor at this point, and Amber has played crazy people before in the past. They were perfect choices casting wise. From a mystery standpoint, I understand that though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it too, because Dylan Minnette, he's a good actor, but yeah, I don't think he seems too much of a likable guy to take that speech seriously. And even same with Jack Quaid, but he delivers that that performance so well that you're like, oh yeah, this guy's an asshole. So yeah,
and it's
actually
so
really good
shocking, you know, because like you're seeing him the whole movie be this like lovable boyfriend character and all that, and it's just like, oh my god, when he's saying all that nasty shit, I kind of expected him to be the killer. There was one point where I'm like, okay, like that's probably gonna be what it is, but it's still just his performance is what saves it for me. I love the way he portrays Richie at the end there, and it's so fucked up. It's crazy. It's good shit. But I was like dead set. I'm like, man, they have not showed Wes at all in the marketing. Like there's a few shots, you know, that one shot where he kind of turns his head in the kitchen or whatever, but there wasn't much of him in the trailer. So I'm like, oh, okay. They're under marketing these two characters because they're the killers. Ooh. So thought that might've been the case. But yeah.
This isn't Scream related. Somebody said I look like James Franco in a good way. Thanks.
In a good way, so not all the
creepy. That's why I was like, oh, okay,
all the creepy
thanks.
aspects. in that aspect, it's a compliment, I would say. But yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, and you know, Extron is talking about, I don't think Sonya would have pulled the psycho killer properly to where it seems believable. Abler feels natural.
Yeah.
Once again, no, I mean no diss to her, but this was her first movie, and there are times when they're trying to set up that red herring thing where I feel like it's just a little too over the top, and that's how I feel like she would have gone the Debbie Salt route with the portrayal at the end, which I personally don't like because I feel like it's just a little too over the top for that movie. But just my opinion. So like some people are dead set on Scream 2. It's the best movie ever made. All the power to you. But that third act, man. I can't do it, man.
Same here.
Carter can pass as the youngest Franco brother. That's really funny.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take any role I can get.
I just look like the male version of Tilda Swinton. So I mean, that's. Take that as I would much rather be compared to the Francos than that.
You need to go for Halloween dressed up as like an amalgamation of all of Tilda Swinton's characters. Like,
oh yeah,
this arm is this character. This, you know, just all that.
Just like a
hilarious.
set. Every part of my shirt's a set piece or something. I'll dye my hair blonde and shave the sides. Yeah, that's so funny.
Okay, this is totally not Scream related, but I just wanted to mention it. I watched a very shocking movie after Barbarian last night, and that was Men.
Oh, you watched that for the first time?
I watched Men for the first time last night after Barbarian. I loved his first two films, but yeah, that's not for me.
Wasn't your thing? I was like pretty meh about it. I was pretty like
visually very, very well done, very well shot, all that stuff. Just not, just not for me.
I agree. I like it's not bad, but it just didn't give me enough, you know? It just wasn't enough to be like, oh shit, like this is great. Like the only thing really cool about that movie was the ending visual, which if you haven't seen, that's like, that to me is the one big thing about it. That's awesome and very creative and fucked up. But it's like, it's driving the point home. Like the entire movie is like, did you not understand what this movie's about? It's like, okay, Alex, I get it, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Every scene of that movie is, yeah, it's just forcing that theme down your throat. And it's like, dude, I got it, man. Gee, the social commentary is just really overcooked in that one, I think. So that's my only problem with it.
Hey, I do have a question about Scream. How many kills do you think we're going to get? Because they said they're going to up the kill count. I think it's got to be like double of what we got in the last film.
Because we only got like a handful of kills last time. It was only like 7 or 8 kills.
Richie, one of the cops in the hospital, Kyle Gallner's character.
Dewey.
How did I forget that?
I'm like, oh man, Dewey. We got Wes. We got. Did you say Wes and Liv? I can't remember.
Wes and Liv. Yeah. So yeah, 7 or 8 kills. You'll probably get 15 maybe. I hope.
I could see that. I could see them upping it a little bit. I really hope there's a party sequence. We really didn't see that in any of the set photos, but man, I would love for another party sequence. I know that's kind of just like, okay, come on, Jake. They did that in the last one, but man, Ghostface coming in, just fucking up some people at a party. Everyone's drunk, they can't really, nothing you can do but run. That could be kind of cool. I'd be down for that.
That would be cool. I think even if they don't do that, you could still kind of do that in a subway car. Just have Ghostface going through, slashing people as he's walking by.
Oh, that could be fucked up. And we saw that in that last set photo. They're doing the subway car. It's happening.
Yep.
Rob is asking, do you think they'll kill Sam in the new movie?
That's a possibility for me.
Now that we kind of. Yeah, another thing we got revealed recently by Heather Matarazzo, the most flaccid confirm I've ever heard in my entire life. She kind of says that 7's going to be the final movie and all that. So I think 7's absolutely possible, like 99% it's happening, but it's not 100% confirmed. Just want to make that very clear. I think because of that, they're not going to kill Sam Carpenter in 6. Like, I feel like that's the focal point of this whole trilogy is the sisters' relationship. And I think they might kill her in the next one, but maybe not this movie. How do you feel about that?
That's actually the thing that I think basically the exact same thing, except I think they don't have the guts to kill her off now because they want to do the next one. But by the time that they get to do the next one, that's where I think Radio Silence, they're going to say goodbye. They're going to be done with Scream, assuming that they're back to do the next one. And I think at that point, they're not going to want to kill her. It's either take the risk now or have them both survive, and the twins will most likely, I'm guessing by the end of Scream 7, whenever we get that, when we get that, it'll be Gale and Sydney survive as well as the two girls. And I think everybody else on the way there is getting killed.
You know what would be really risky, but would be like kind of cool, like looking back at it? What if they fucking kill Tara? Like, what if they kill Jenna Ortega like right at the end, and it's just like the last fucking thing you see is just Sam like crying and freaking out over it as the Ghostface killer gets away? Like, dude, just tragic ending.
God, because I know not everybody, but I feel like the majority of people that liked Scream 2022 mostly were attached to Jenna Ortega's character. Like, she's just fantastic. She's had a killer year. My God, yeah. If they did that, it'd be shocking for sure. I definitely would want to see a little bit, like you said, Sam's reaction. I'd want to see a little bit of that before, the cliffhanger. I wouldn't want to see just a straight up killed and cut to black or something like that.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. I want a little bit of the reaction. The Ghostface is getting away. Maybe Gale runs up to her or something. It's just like, oh my God, like what happened? And they're just like, it's almost like an Infinity War moment, where it's just like everyone just total fucking depression and like, wow, we fucked up. I'd honestly be down for that just because of how ballsy that fucking move would be to kill like what is arguably your biggest horror star in the entire movie. Like just how fucked up that would be. It'd be like so, because that's the one character that I feel like is honestly safe in this movie. Yeah. Like I don't even feel like Gale is safe in this one. I feel like the only reason Tara is so safe is because of her star power right now. But how fucked up, how much of a big twist would that be to end on that fucking note, I don't know.
You could do it how Scary Movie did it, where in the end you have Dewey who or Doofy or whatever his name was throw his mask off and you reveal it. You could have the killer kill Tara, and then as the killer's getting away, they reveal themselves and the audience knows the killer, but then we've got to wait that whole year for, like, do Sam and Gale know who the killer is? Or it could be one of those things where they reveal the killer to the audience, but not to the characters, or they reveal it to everybody. And then we've got to wait however long until the sequel. Yeah.
Oh, man. I think that would be great, honestly. Because, like, I almost don't want him to know who the killer is. Maybe there's just no killer reveal in Scream 6. And we got to wait till the next one. Like how fucked up would that be? I will say something I talked about earlier though is that James Vanderbilt said in this recent interview with the Horror Hour, I believe it's an awesome YouTube channel. I checked out this video earlier today.
Yeah, I watched that.
So did you see the part where James is like, yeah, I'm not a fan of having to wait until the third film for a payoff. So I'm starting to think that maybe they're not going to do like something that connects like that. No cliffhanger. And that makes me kind of sad because I'm like, this would be their opportunity to do it. You know, if they do 6, they're not going to do a cliffhanger in 7. They're not making 4 films. They're making 3 max, I'd say.
I love the idea of having all these solid, concise films and stories on their own. I love that. But still, like you said, this is the opportunity to take it to that next level. Actually have, you know, because they all interconnect, but not really. I mean, if they really took the time to just make 6 and 7 connect, I think they could be some of the best Scream films.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I really love like the whole original idea for 4, 5, and 6 that Wes and Kevin Williamson were going to do, where it was like it was going to kind of follow Jill as like this killer throughout the whole thing, and then obviously that just never happened. I would have loved to have seen that. I think that would have been fucking sweet. So if they were to do something like that here, where it all kind of connects, it's all one long story, that would be cool. I'd said. I don't know. Yeah. I think that would be kind of sweet.
Absolutely.
I'm nervous about Gale. Dewey died alone. They are strongest as a trio, so I feel like if Gale gets killed, the killer says, Sydney isn't here to save you. I don't know if it's... I don't know. I just don't see the point in killing Gale. You know, I don't know. I definitely think it's a possibility, but what's the point this time?
My question is who is Gale... Like, who is Gale's death going to impact the most? Like... The reason Dewey died was to get Gale and Sydney back together. Now, if you kill Gale, Sydney's going to be sad, but she's going to be like, fuck, well, now all my friends are dead. I especially don't have a reason to go back there. Like,
Nev's not in the movie either.
Exactly.
There's no point to kill Gale. Yeah.
There's no point to kill Gale. I do think we'll end up getting another chase sequence just like Scream 2 with Gale. I think it'll honestly just be kind of like a recreation. It'll probably end up being in a library or something like that of the college campus, which I'm fine with. But I would have liked to see more chase sequences in general and with different characters.
I agree. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. Honestly, that's what I would rather. That's what I would rather have. I think so. I think Tara Carpenter's John Carpenter. that's the dad, the actual John Carpenter. We're gonna write him in. Jason, for me, it's possible because I know that there are 3 killers in Scream 5. Well, I don't know if you know that, but it's a possibility. 3 killers in Scream 5. So when Tara's attack, so is not Amber and Richie is another killer. I'm sorry, I just can't read that, Jason. But yeah, I mean, I could see them going the 3 killer approach with Scream 5 going back to that. Amber just admits to killing Dewey, though, so I really don't think that's going to be the scene. I see so many people say that about, like, oh, that wasn't Amber, that was somebody else. She admits to it later in the film. She talks about it in detail. So, like, it had to be her. I don't know. I don't even think that's arguable.
I don't think they're gonna retcon that. If they were, it would just, you'd have to have a really compelling reason as to why. And if they were to do that, I feel like they would have spent more time focusing on the fact that it wouldn't have been her. They would have had her be even more adamant that it was her. And then in the actual killing of Dewey, they would have showed the height difference even more. You know, like if they were to do that route and go that route, they would have amped everything up.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I feel like they would have teased that instead of having that conversation with Amber and Gale, like in the kitchen. They wouldn't have done that if they were going a different route with it. You know, I really don't think they're gonna retcon that and change it up. But who knows? Hey, anything's possible. What else do we got here though? What else do we got? Richie definitely wasn't at the house when Tara was attacked. He could have been on the phone. Mindy stabbing was suspicious. Was he not at the house though? I mean, he could have driven there. How far is Modesto from Woodsboro? You know, I think that's totally possible. He could have been there, driven back for work the next day. You know, and then Amber's just doing the they just got a pre-recorded video of Amber. Yeah. You know, I think that's totally possible. I don't know.
And I don't think any phone cloning actually happened. You know, it's just Amber using her phone.
Yeah. That's kind of fucked too to think about. It's like, oh man, they fucking missed that. What's going on? New movie should have 2 killers in the opening scene. That would be cool and different. I have been saying this for a very long time. It is no longer a twist to have 2 killers in your Scream movie, I don't think. I mean, you can bring up Scream 3 all day, but the majority of these have 2 killers. So I think it would be great to have just a scene with 2 Ghostface killers immediately off the cuff, and our main characters don't know there's 2 killers. How cool would that be? So it's almost some dramatic irony there. Just kind of like, oh fuck, we don't know what's happening.
You could play with that even more. And because every film, you know that there's going to be, well, I guess other than 3, every film you know that there's going to be 2 killers. You reveal there's 2 killers right in the beginning, only to reveal there's 3 later on.
Yeah, that could be cool too.
Again, I don't know how you would do it because 3 killers seems like a little bit too much to actually create believable characters. But again, it'd be entertaining.
It is a bigger this is a much bigger like cast too. That's the other thing. Like there's many more characters in this one than the last one that we already have confirmed as being like main characters. So I could see that being the case. I could see them going the 3 killer route. It can work depending on how you write it. You gotta have a bigger cast, obviously, or the mystery's not gonna work. But I shot him 6 times this year. What's up, man? How's it going, Marcus? Saying, oh, what's up, fellas? Hope y'all are having a great day. Samara, a survivor or a goner? Ooh. How do you feel about that? Goner. Oh.
I think any new character at this point is dead. I mean, that I guess I shouldn't say that because you've got like the guy who's playing the police officer. What is it, McDermott or something like that?
Dermot Mulroney, I believe is his name.
Mulroney, there we go. Yeah, I think he's a possibility that they could carry him over, or a character like Samara. But again, I think Samara's either going to be the killer, it's going to be super obvious and she'll be killed, or again, she could be that opening kill, which I kind of don't want, but it's a possibility.
I think as much as I don't want that either, she definitely could be the opening kill, and I could see it happening. I actually wouldn't mind if she was like a reporter character, but the opening scene is like in a high-rise building or something. She's trapped on like the 48th floor of a building. The elevators aren't working or something. That's your opening scene. I mean, listen, I'm not complaining. If that's how you start it off, that would be kind of sick. And the other aspect of this is like I said, she's currently listed on Google as Jean McKenzie. This could be total bullshit, but if she's the sister of Liv and she gets killed, the first people who are going to know about it are the survivors of the past Ghostface killings. So it makes sense for Samara Weaving to be the opening scene, and I could see it happening, but I really don't want it to be, Like I really want her to live for a little while, but I don't think she's living through the entire film, though. I'll say that. I think she is a goner. I agree with you there, but
what about we haven't actually talked about Tony Revolori or whatever, his character. What do you think how he will be involved in the story? Because I have no clue. I've been looking at it, and I haven't seen any set pictures of him.
Yeah, he it seems like he was only on set like a few weeks, like nothing too crazy. So
a red herring,
dude. I just like, I don't know what it is, but he just like, after seeing him play Flash Thompson in the MCU, he just doesn't come off as like a killer kind of character. I just don't think he would. I don't know if he would do it well. I don't mean that in a negative sense towards like his acting ability. It's more just like his delivery, how he acts, the certain characters he plays. I've never seen him do something like that. Maybe he's got a secret weapon up his sleeve I don't know about. I haven't seen his entire body of work. I can't attest to that. But what I've seen of him from the MCU, I just don't know if he'd be a good killer or not. That's just my opinion. But yeah. Just my thoughts. How do you feel about that? Is he killer material? Can he whip it out?
Kind of completely on the same page as you. I don't think he'll be the killer. I think he'll be a red herring, another comedic type of character. Maybe he's the boyfriend. Maybe he's one of the boyfriends, or like that. That's one thing that's very relevant to today is just like dating life. You could have Tara or Sam being God, I hate it as I'm saying it, but you could have Tara and Sam, either one of them being on like a dating app, and you see multiple interactions with different guys on the college campus, leading you to believe, oh, could this be one? Could this be one? Could this be one? Again, it's a possibility. It's something that could happen on a college campus. Not necessarily want to see it, but
Yeah, right.
There's
I
a
don't
reason
know.
I'm not a writer yet.
Yeah. I'd be, I don't know. I just don't want to see him become a killer. That's my one thing. I totally see, like, I'm just looking at the cast list right now. I'm like, I totally see Josh Segarra, Dermot Mulroney, even Henry Czerny. I feel like could pull it off. I just like off of looks. I really haven't seen, like I said, I really haven't seen Josh Segarra in Arrow. I guess he's the bad guy in that, and he's really good. I have not seen that at all. But I guess he could be the killer. He could do it. I guess he's done it well in the past, so it's absolutely a possibility. But Carter, I almost called you Connor. I'm sorry. It's been a long day already. I am gonna kick you off here in a little bit because I do want to.
I was gonna say this is perfect timing for me too.
Well, hell yeah, dog. I do want to do a little Q&A with the people on board here.
Yeah.
But Carter, I do want to thank you for joining me, though, for a little bit and talking Scream.
Yeah,
it's been an
thanks for having
absolute blast, man. And everybody, make sure to subscribe to Carter's channel. He puts out some good content. So.
And we gotta talk about our The Menu video collab we gotta do.
Yes,
So,
absolutely,
I actually
man.
just watched the trailer for that when seeing Barbarian. I was
Same, yeah.
even more curious now. So
I'm excited for it. It looks cool. But Carter, thank you so much for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. And hey, have a great rest of your day. Go subscribe to Carter's channel. Hell yeah, dog. We'll talk soon. Good stuff. Well, okay. Well, welcome everybody back to. We'll get some questions answered now. If you got any Scream questions, if you got any Barbarian questions, if you got any Halloween Ends questions, throw them at me. Ready or not, here I come. Okay, if I start singing that, I'm gonna get copywritten. But yeah, silly stuff. Already subscribed to Carter, killing it. T. Parker Evans, I appreciate that. Carter appreciates that too. Hi X, yes. All right, so here's something I want to throw out at you guys. What's your favorite horror movie of 2022 so far? Because I'm really having trouble with that. I'm really having trouble trying to figure that out right now. I'm still thinking about X. I rewatched X recently. I've been rewatching X before I go see new movies because I'm like, that was my current number one before I saw Barbarian. I saw Barbarian and I'm like, I think I actually like that one better. I gotta be honest, it's tough. It's really hard to say. I still really like Scream 5. It's definitely, Scream 5 was off my top 10 list for a while, and then after watching it again, it's back on. It's not number one, but I liked it. Still liked it. I really feel like these next couple of weeks are gonna fuck that top 10 list up though. Like I don't even want to write it down because I'm like, Pearl's coming out next week. We got fucking Don't Worry Darling. Not expecting much from that, but Halloween Ends, Terrifier 2, Hellraiser, VHS 99. We got a lot of good fucking movies coming. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna be number one by the time we get to the end of the year. Where are we gonna be? Definitely Barbarian. Hell yeah. I think I'm in the same boat. Scream 2022. Hell yeah. All the love, man. A new Halloween Ends TV spot just came out, so you got some work to do later, Jake. Are we talking about another one or the one I talked about yesterday? Because I did already talk about a TV spot. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see this because here's something interesting I have yet to talk about. There's a fucking, I think it's just the one that came out. But something interesting to talk about is there's a Cinemark, there's like a Cinemark Halloween Ends preview that shows more footage. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Basically the big highlight of it that I can remember from memory, I unfortunately couldn't like take any pictures or anything, but there's more scenes in the sewers. Like there's many more scenes in the sewers. So I'm thinking a whole sequence takes place down there. We can see one of the big highlights that I saw was Hawkins down in the sewers. Like that. Let me see if I can upload this picture from my video yesterday, because there's this one shot where it looks like it's someone with a flashlight going down all these like pillars and shit, and they're like looking around running. I don't have it now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, because it was such bad quality I didn't save it. But there's another shot where it's very obviously it's Hawkins. You can see his face. He's the one with the flashlight, and he's looking around. And as he gets further down past these like pillar things or whatever, he gets into this like sewer. It's like a half a second shot, but you can see his face in it. So I'm starting to think we get an entire sequence where it's Hawkins in the sewers looking for Michael Myers. Something. I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting. I almost think that Hawkins is going to be going on this like little side quest looking for Michael Myers. Maybe he accidentally awakens him in the sewer. That could be kind of cool. Wayne, I still haven't seen this. You've been talking about this a lot. This Wormwood Apocalypse. I really gotta watch this. I love the title. I'm writing it down because if I can find that, I'm watching it. It's been on my mind a lot. Like I think about it. Like I'll be walking around. I'm like, I gotta watch Wormwood Apocalypse. Man. Rob, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Your video. I look forward to your videos every day. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Mr. Rick is saying for right now, hot take, it will be bodies, bodies, bodies. Ooh, nice. But I don't think that's going to last once Barbarian or Halloween comes out. Mr. Rick, go see Barbarian because it is phenomenal. I really loved it. I'm a big fan of it. So if you've not seen that yet, highly recommend. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Thoughts on Nope? I really like Nope. It's kind of aging not as well for me though. I got to be honest. I definitely like the first time I saw it. I'm like, okay, it was good. The more I watch it, the more like the social commentary definitely works a little more for me, but the less I like it. I don't know. It's still on my top 10 list, but it's not like, oh my God, my favorite thing that came out this year. It's probably like number 5 on my top 10 list right now. It's good. It's not a bad movie whatsoever. It's really well done. I had a blast with it, but compared to Jordan Peele's other movies, I just don't feel like it holds a candle. Just my thoughts. Yes, wrestling fans will be excited to know that Chris Jericho is going to be have a little cameo appearance in Terrifier 2. So there you go. Exciting stuff. Imagine how crushing it has to be for Hawkins. He's failed to kill Michael twice, and both times led to far more carnage. He's got to be fucked up. Ooh, locked. I like this. So maybe it's like, maybe he's the one that's all fucked up this time instead of Laurie. Like Laurie's kind of taken some time to heal a little bit the past 4 years, but Hawkins is all kinds of fucked up now for this new one. Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of think that's sick. Gotta be, I kind of love that. I would be totally down to see that. Him like running into the sewers because like murders are happening again. He's got to find Michael. He's like losing his mind looking for him. I'm totally down for that. that would be sick. Jason is saying the killer in Scream 6 maybe father's Billy with Samantha. Are you saying Billy comes back for Scream 6? I don't know how I feel about that because we kind of already saw him in the last movie as a ghost, or a figment of her imagination, not a ghost. I like to say Force Ghost Billy, and people like to correct me on that. Actually, it's not a ghost. It's a figment of her imagination. Nick is saying, I hope Stu will be in Scream 6. I don't know if Stu would work in 6. I feel like they could do a big reveal in 7. Stu's alive somehow. Gets himself a little redemption arc or something. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know if implementing him here in this story would work just because of how big this one is. We don't have Sydney this time around. I don't know. If we're going to do a connection to the original, you got to have that original cast, the living cast, that is. That's just my thinking. Nick's also talking about Haunt. I love Haunt. Haunt's a really good movie. I really enjoyed that one. The ending of that one was kind of shocking. It's like really... It's almost kind of like wholesome in a weird kind of way, but it's like also kind of a twist. I really like that one. No, Haunt's the other one. No, that's Hellfest that I'm thinking of. Haunt's the other movie that's just, I get those movies confused because they're so similar. But no, Haunt is also good. That's the other haunted house fucked up one. Yeah, Haunt's good too. No, Haunt has got a really fucked up ending, actually. I really like that one. Yeah, no, that one's great. Wow, my movies, they go all, I've seen too many of them. A time traveler is saying, have you seen American Horror Stories? Yes, I am really digging season 2. I have not finished it. I just have not had the time. I did watch Barbarian twice last night though, so I did have time for that. So maybe I'm just full of shit, but I gotta watch American Horror Story. I gotta finish it because the first 3 episodes were really good. I really liked them. They definitely declined in quality, I think, as they went, but those first 2 episodes I really liked. First 2 episodes were really good. After the 3rd episode wasn't bad. I started the 4th episode, but I fell asleep, so I can't really give you a review on that one yet. Marcus is saying, with JLC hinting Laurie will live with the final girl posts, do you think Allison dies and ends? I'm starting to tilt to her getting bodied by Michael. You know what would be great about that too? If Allison is the one to die, it would really just set up this overly tragic arc for Laurie Strode to have her be the one that once again survives through everything. And I to me, that's a way. Nick just put something interesting in there. That's the name of a squirrel we have, Dr. Giggles. I swear to God, we have a squirrel named Dr. Giggles at the at the KillJoy household. Sorry, that's just really weird. Yeah, no, Allison dying though, I think would, like, everybody dying besides Laurie. Like, everyone dies in this new movie, and it's once again just Laurie left in this wake of a tragedy. That could be really cool thematically, because that's also kind of how the original Halloween ends. And to have this one end the same way, fuck, dude. Could you imagine, like, Hawkins and Laurie have been split throughout, like, the majority of the runtime of this movie? I gotta watch the time because Lethal Collective's at 6. We got an hour and a half though. Could you imagine the majority of the runtime of this is like, it's fucking Hawkins and Laurie, and they're split up trying to find each other again, trying to get back together, but Hawkins is trapped in the sewers or something, and then, like, last minute, Hawkins comes and saves the day, kills Michael, is the one to finish it off, and saves Laurie, but then everyone else is already dead, and then fucking, it's just like, it's almost like the same scene as Donald Pleasance rescuing her in the first movie, kind of. That could be really fucking cool. Holy shit. Okay, so I didn't even know that. I have no idea what Dr. Giggles is, but we have, I swear on the horror gods that we have a squirrel named, I believe it's Captain Giggles, actually. We call him Captain Giggles. And that is just so interesting to me that there's a show named that now. So I wrote this script a long time ago about a killer clown. It's basically just Terrifier. That's why I've just never really talked about it. I wrote this, and the clown's name was Poop McGiggles, and I just think that's so funny. Like, it's a horror comedy. It's supposed to be very, very silly and over the top. But yeah, I just always thought that was a good name. I got to recycle that somewhere. It's just really funny to me. Who names their child Poop, and why would his last name be McGiggles? Like, what does that imply? It's great. Laurie living and Allison dying would be a bittersweet ending. Are you expecting a happy ending though? Because I'm not expecting a happy ending. Not expecting the sun to rise and, oh, everything's fine now, Michael's dead. I'm really not expecting. I'm expecting something way more fucked up even than what I'm talking about. Laurie failed to save her family would be tragic. Yeah, it would be. But she already failed to save Karen and the entire Nelson family almost at this point. So where does that leave Laurie after trying to heal after 4 years? Like, how fucked up would that ending be? It would just be so tragic. But, like, she's alive, she's a survivor. She can get through it. I guess that's what all this would imply. It's fucked up, man. Fucked up. Ooh, now this is debatable because I think it's some of the sequels he does, but Dr. Loomis never took ownership of letting Michael loose and killing Ben Tramer. What's interesting about this is I would agree in the first two movies, yes. But then when we get to, is it Halloween 4 that he kind of talks about this, where he's like, I think he mentions, like, I kind of regret, like, all the events of what was that's 10 years ago. Yeah. In that, there's so many timelines. It's fucking me up. So that could be, that's interesting. But yeah, he doesn't really take ownership of it in those first two movies, especially. He's really just like, whatever, I have to stop Michael. And think about that conversation he's having at the sanitarium when he's leaving for Haddonfield. He's like, someone must have given him lessons to drive and all that. Like, it wasn't me. Even though that line is commonly cited as like a weird writing choice in the original Halloween, it's also kind of a character moment for Donald Pleasance. It kind of really shows you how, yeah, he's Michael's doctor, but he's not really taking ownership over this mistake. So that's really interesting. That's a really interesting concept to talk about, Rob. I like that. I like that a lot. Just saw in my newsfeed that Pretty Little Liars, the original series, is getting a season 2. Oh, that's exciting. I know a lot of people really like that, so I'm glad. That's some good stuff. Wayne, this is my worst nightmare. I wake up in a sweat every night, every single night at 3 a.m. on the dot, just dreaming about, oh God, oh no, oh geez, no, it's Mrs. Loomis all over again. Oh God, I have that nightmare every single night now, and I'm really terrified this could be the case. I don't know, because like how they did Richie's character in Scream 5 admittedly is different than Stu and Billy, which is cool. And I am starting to like, I got an interesting email. Oh, that's a really big email. Wow, I can't tell you guys about that, but wow, okay, that's a huge deal. I'll talk to you guys about that sometime in the future, probably. But what's really interesting about Scream 6 rehashing 2 is that, yes, the original Scream 2022 kind of did something that's similar to the original. It's not the same, but it's still the love interest being the killer at the end of the day. So I am worried that they're going to make a relative character the killer here. And listen, man, Samara Weaving, hey, love it or hate it, she would be a great killer. Even if the mystery would be just blatantly obvious at this point, you can't tell me that performance wouldn't be fucking great. And I'd almost kind of be like, I almost kind of feel like after I see the movie, I'm going to be like, and if she's not the killer, I'm almost going to be like, fuck, I kind of wish they would have made her the killer, because whoever does do it, I know I'm going to be comparing it to what Samara Weaving's performance could have been the entire time. So it's really up for debate if they could just do Samara Weaving as the killer. It would be good, and it would be a good mystery. It would be a good performance. I know it would be a good performance. She's fucking amazing. But I got an email from someone big though, which is kind of weird. I feel flattered. I really gotta respond to that. But no, it was not Jordan Peele big though. That's crazy. Is this news RRH related? Ooh. Well, I kind of got some. I kind of got an update for Red Right Hand. We're doing the last pickup shot this upcoming Saturday, so not tomorrow, but next week Saturday. And then we are 100% in the editing phase. Most of the shots are lined up with the audio now and shit, so we're going to go and do like a rough cut. I'm going to have my buddy Andrew do a pass on the film as well. I'm going to kind of like put everything together essentially. And then I'm going to hand it to my buddy Andrew, who has done this multiple times with multiple films. And I'm going to be like, just make this better than whatever the fuck I can do. So I'm really excited for that. And then we will have a trailer most likely the second week of October. So like you got to wait a month, but it's coming. We're working on it. The other thing is I was going to put out a trailer like September, like this week. And I could have. I actually had something put together already with some of the footage, but I kind of wanted to go through more footage and like line up all the shots with the audio and then be like, oh, actually this is way cooler to put in the trailer instead. I originally didn't want to put anything from the third act in the trailer, but I'm starting to find things that I'm like, oh, this isn't really a reveal shot, but it's a cool shot. So I'm starting to think about, I'm still figuring out how I want to do the trailer for it because I want it to be good. I want it to be something fun. I have got to take this sweatshirt off because my God, I am so moist. I am very moist. Listen, man. A little bit of, I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be great. But yeah. I am really pumped. I think it's going to be good. I just got to keep talking while I take this off. But oh my God, is it sweaty in here. Woo! Billy, you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe. I'm a wet guy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's get this stream back on the rails here, shall we? Let's actually talk about some horror stuff. You guys don't want to see. Look how red my face is. This is how sweaty it is. All right, let's get back on track here. Let's go a little back to talking. I look like a banana. Thank you, Wayne. Bananas are my favorite object. Jonathan Patrick is saying, for me, this franchise is always predictable results. Scream can only do so much without it just being a decent film. I strongly disagree. It won't ever live up to the first one. Personal opinion, though. I really disagree because I have seen many movies just this year do great twists that are jaw-dropping and unbelievable. And I love the first movie. Like I've talked about how much I feel like no sequel in this franchise is going to beat it. But I don't think that, I really do think that there's a better mystery to be done in the future. It's my one thing I just don't love about the original Scream. I don't think the mystery is all that great. I think it's pretty obvious that it's Billy Loomis the whole time. And I don't know. I guess some people were really fooled by it, and that's great. Stu's a good mystery. I didn't see Stu coming. That was pretty well done. But Billy's pretty obvious in that first movie. So I think you can absolutely do it better. I think you could absolutely write a better mystery. Could you write a better movie in general, though? Maybe not. maybe not at this point. For a sixth film in a franchise, yeah, I agree with you there. But can you do a better mystery? I think it's possible. All right. Well, so just so you know, y'all might be new here, but we don't allow any spoilers in the comments section here. And I am going to put people in timeout if you claim to know spoilers. So even if you're wrong, I have to put you in timeout. I'm really sorry, but like, I don't want people to get spoiled. That's just no fun. Reddit boyfriend playlist music plays. Now that's funny. I like that. Harvard Law from the gift shop when you visited. No, I definitely live in Boston and Cambridge, and I'm definitely a Harvard Law student. Ha ha! Get wrecked. Just kidding. Ha. Yeah, no, I got it from the gift shop. Dr. Giggles, I love that movie, and Bad Movie was awesome. Rip to him. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check out Dr. Giggles. I see a lot of people talking about Dr. Giggles, so I need to see his credentials though. Tell you what, I gotta see if this man is actually a You're telling me this guy with the last name of Giggles went through medical school? I gotta see it for my own eyes. That's really funny. Oh fuck. But yeah, I promise you, Nick. I promise I'll watch it. Subway. We talking about Subway sandwiches, or are we talking about the sub car that we saw? Like this. Aha! So yeah, we know at this point, not just because of this picture now, that we are going to get a Subway sequence throughout this. I'll tell you what, man. I think it would be a missed opportunity if we didn't have a chase scene through a fucking car on a subway track. I don't know why I said that so weird, but I think that would be fucking awesome to see that sequence unfold. That would be so cool, and we kind of already got that teased to us. Come on, just do it. Just do it, Scream 6. Come on, that'd be so cool. What helped with Scream 1, what kind of figured it was Billy, but the big twist was there was two of them. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I do agree there. And they also killed Sydney's mom that I didn't see coming. I totally agree, Mr. Rick. I think that's why that movie is so well done. It's like, I hate when people are like, I don't hate when people are like that. That's a really hyperbole statement. I just personally didn't like, I saw Billy coming from a million miles away. I think I probably would have if I hadn't known that going into that film too. But I totally agree with you, Mr. Rick. You're right. I guess it was kind of unfair of me to say the twist isn't good in that first movie, just because it's like, that's not really the point. It's more about two killers. It's more about what their motive was, how they killed Sydney's mom a year ago and all that. So I agree. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. I'm childish enough to look like this on a live stream too, but you know, sometimes I can. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just rambling. Locked is saying, I think the reason that Jill works as a family member killer is because her character is more than revenge or something like that. 100% agree. She saw an opportunity because of her connection and went for it. That's why she's my favorite sequel killer. It's the only one that really super effectively does something different in the one of the newer movies. That's why 4 is my favorite, honestly. I feel like the motive, the character, everything about Emma Roberts' portrayal of Jill is just fantastic. It's so scary. The self-mutilation is really fucked up to me. Like, it's actually kind of hard to watch when she's running into the painting and all that, or the glass. Why can't I? The picture frame. That's fucked up to watch, dude. Like, I know some people are like, oh, that's kind of silly. No, it's not, dude. When she's ripping out her own hair and all that, fuck, man, that's messed up. It's upsetting. Jake, what's up, Jake Davis? How's it going? Mr. Davis saying Halloween Ends TV spot proved me wrong, man. I was lowering my expectations, but the trailer made me rethink myself. It looks great. I think it looks pretty good too. I do feel like, especially in that Cinemark thing I was talking about earlier, we see a lot more about where the plot's going to go. Like I said, we kind of see Hawkins going into the sewers and chasing after Michael. I couldn't tell from the one TV spot, but there's this like Cinemark ad now if you go to the movies for Halloween Ends. It's one of those stereotypical ads where it's like, if you're watching Laurie Strode's last encounter with Michael Myers on a screen this small, you're gonna be fucking disappointed. Come to the movie so that you can see it this big, and then the picture gets way big and you're like, oh God. Hi, Mom. That could not have been timed up better. That could not have been timed up better. That was so funny. But but yeah, I wish I could have gotten a recording of that, but that is illegal. Fun fact. So I couldn't really do that. Although it crossed my mind. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm like, fuck, I want to talk about this. This is so cool. I have yet to look it up though. So got to look it up. The Dreaming Insomniacs. What is up? What's up? Saying, Jake, you rock. Thanks, man. You rock. Saying, happy to be here on my 26th day of being in this hell on earth. Well, 26 years old, Joe. Happy birthday. I would sing to you happy birthday, but it would be awful. I really can't sing, but I'll do it anyways. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Joe. Happy birthday to you. There you go. You got a little slam poetry at the end there. Happy birthday, Joe. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying the hell on earth that is life. Enjoy it, man. Good stuff, man. Defects Games is saying, I really want Tara to get flashbacks when she looks at her hand. I want her hospital attack, and her shooting Amber. You want to see all those scenes again, though? Like, why not add to that? I'd be down to add to that. Like, show some stuff when she was in the hospital by herself. Maybe that adds into the story for 6. That could be cool. I do love those scenes in 5, though. Fuck, those are some of the most brutal scenes in that movie. It's good stuff. Really good stuff. I didn't like Scream 3 much, but I liked the opening scene monologue, the end monologue, reveal, and the music. Those are my favorite parts, too, Danny. I really, the ending is what really saves it for me. I think it's pretty goofy, but I've come to really respect the ending. I like the ending a lot more now. It's one of my favorite third acts, honestly, in the whole franchise. It's really grown on me. Like I said, I didn't... It's an acquired taste. Scream 3 is an acquired taste. It's not something where you're like, you watch it the first time. Maybe if horror movies aren't your bag, but Scream 3 is just a little too goofy for me personally. But the more I watch it, the more I really have come to like it. The more I'm like, okay, hey, this is pretty fun. Locked is saying, hot take. Halloween Kills has had by far the best trailer. Ooh. Okay. Yes, it spoils way too much, but from a standpoint of hyping up the movie, the Kills trailer goes hard. Okay, I feel you there. I honestly don't feel like it gets too spoilery until the final trailer that quite literally shows you every big surprise in the movie. But the first one, it's not bad. I agree with you there, Locked. I feel you. I don't think that this new, like the Halloween Ends trailer, although it is minimal, doesn't get you as hyped. There's a reason why Universal especially puts a lot in their trailers to get people hyped up for their films. We have the complaint, obviously, of this is spoiling so much. What the hell? We're looking way deeper into it. But I feel you there, though. Yeah, no, you have a point. There's another edge to that coin. You know, they're not just putting everything in the trailer to spoil everything. That's not the point. The point is to hype us up. Be like, oh shit, this is gonna happen in the movie. Okay, I gotta see this. So yeah, no, I agree. I think that makes a lot of sense. I feel like that's another way of thinking about it for sure. I also love the one update a year on the. That's really funny, Jake. Yeah, no, I really only I'm excited for it. You know, don't get me wrong, but like only if there's like big news on it. That's when I'll do an update. And that's not like I'm not trying to say like, oh man, it's gonna suck or something. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm excited for it. But I'm not going to report on it if there's just like a little shred of detail or whatever. It's just not like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is not like the number one thing for me. I'm excited for it though, but it's probably going to be PG-13 and it's probably going to be decent. You know, it's just my expectations. I did really fucking nerd out though when I found out that Jim Henson's Creature Shop though was going to be attached to it maybe like a month ago. That's really funny though, Jake. The yearly update, the annual update on that. That was pretty fucking cool. That's some big news. Jim Henson's Creature Shop is responsible for some of the all-time coolest creatures in movies, like not just horror movies in general, and shows too. So, no, Jim Henson's Creature Shop is 10 out of 10. Great stuff consistently from them over the years. So, really prolific studio working on this new project. So that's what's got my money with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I'm there for that. I'm very excited to see what they do with the creature designs. I don't know is saying, I think Spiral needs to become a trilogy. I just watched Paranormal Activity 4 because it leaves Netflix tomorrow. Okay, 2 things there. I could see Spiral continuing for sure, but unfortunately it made like the least amount of money out of any of the movies in the franchise. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. But I I know it didn't do well compared to some of the past Saw movies. So, man, my phone is blowing up. I mean, this is whack. this some crazy red right hand updates that I can't tell you about. But yeah, the other thing I want to talk about here is the incredibly underrated Paranormal Activity 4, which I don't know why. Like, a lot of people shit on this movie, understandably. I think if you only saw it once, like, I totally get hating on this movie, but this is the movie I go back to the most from the Paranormal Activity franchise. Like, the entire franchise, I watch 4. Catherine Newton is the best lead in all of these movies. She is amazing in that movie. I don't know. I really like her performance. There are some goofy fucking moments in that movie, but there's also some of the best scares as well. When Catherine Newton's trapped in the car and then she backs out through the garage, that is a jaw drop moment for me. I really like that sequence. Really well done. Some good stuff though. Ooh. I got to run a couple errands, but I'll be back to pop in before our stream with Zach Cherry at 7 Eastern. Nice, if you're still going. Thank you again for the birthday song, Jake. Just made my day. Thank you. Of course. You got to hear my awful singing voice, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. And check out that stream with Zach Cherry, dude. Hell yeah, man. That's fucking awesome. Joe and Zach together, the dream team. Hell yeah. Good stuff, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Jaguar Rose. Ooh, thanks for stopping by the stream. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Thanks for the $5 too. I appreciate that. Saying, just watch the trailer for Winnie the Pooh. It looks like it's going to be the best, most awful movie, and I can't wait. That's the best description I've heard of that movie so far. The best, most awful movie. Like, absolutely 100% agree. I think it's going to be like terrible, but so bad it's good. You know what I mean? I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be really silly and just really fucking bloody goofy. I can't wait to see it. I'm very excited for it. So, yeah. How do you guys? How does that? I'm going to throw that back at you guys though, because I know everyone's got some mixed feelings about Winnie the Pooh being a slasher villain now. How do you guys feel about that? You think this is going to be a little better than the last movie that came out? I can't remember the fuck. Christopher Robin. It's literally just called Christopher Robin. Do you think it's going to be better than Christopher Robin from like 2015? 2014, maybe? How do we feel about that? I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. Jaguar Rose, thanks for the $5. Again, I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that. The trailer makes it look like it's going to be just like bloody, booby, slasher, like 80s slasher, you know, but, you know, with Winnie the Pooh and fucking Piglet running around hacking up people with an axe. There's also this sequence in a pool that really reminded me of The Strangers Pray at Night, like that whole sequence, which is one of the best slasher sequences from the 2010s, I think. I'm really excited to see what they do with that. I'm ready for it. I think it's going to be really fun. New Doll City is saying, I want a sequel to Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason. I recently rewatched Jason X on Tubi, and it's growing on me. It's growing on me too. I didn't like it at first. I got to be honest. I remember there's a video on this page where you can watch me shitting on it and how much I hate it at the time. But I've really come around to it. I don't like the humor. That's the one thing that just really hasn't stuck with me. It's like it's that kind of humor in movies where you get like a character say something like, "Oh man, we have to leave the space station," and another character just goes, "Oh yeah, you think?" Like. I don't know about you guys, but that to me is like so cringy. Like that has got to be the cringiest humor in my opinion. And Jason X is littered with that, but the kills are fucking awesome. Uber Jason, the design of that is iconic. There's lots of love there. So hopefully if they do a new Friday film next year, they can do a new Freddy film as well. Get that versus shit going on again. I'd be down for some more Freddy versus Jason. Get a sequel to that. I'd be totally down for that. The Jay Shrayway just watched Prisoners of the Ghostland for the first time today, and it sucks. Couldn't even finish it. Oh, okay. Well, let me recommend something to you then, because I watched this film for the first time with a certain on a certain thing. That's all I can say. I can say this. Fuck it. Delta 8's legal here. Get stoned before you watch it. Get stoned and watch it again. That's my recommendation. That's the only way to watch that movie. Only way. Lewis Andrew, what's up? Okay, this is really funny, Lewis. You said, you say, hey, and then you go, sir, you missed my comment, which I think is just really funny. Hell yeah. There we go. I got you, man. I got you. Oh, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah! Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the craziest day of my life. We have so many celebrities. We had Chad here earlier. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. That's so funny. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Stone Cold. That's so funny. Oh my God. How about a Scream X film where Ghostface goes to space? Okay, Danny, here's what we're calling it though. Ghost Space. Come on. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. Oh, you got another comment, Lewis. I must have missed it. I'm going to go back and look for it. I'm going to search for it. Not seeing it. I'm going to be honest. I'm scrolling way back. If you throw it back in there, I will reply to it. That's what I got. Good idea. It was very trippy with the slow-mo link. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of weird shit in that movie. I will say, and I feel like if you're not under a certain, yeah, you get where I'm going with that. I think some of y'all get where I'm going with that at least. Yeah, no, it's way better. It's way better. Like I watched it both ways and way better. Under Jaguars comment, I'm not seeing that. I'm honestly, I got a comment from New Doll City under that. So, sorry, my dog, my dude. I don't know why I said that. Jaguar Rose is throwing in another $5. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. My birthday is Sunday. Can I get a song? You want me to sing? Like, man, I can't sing very well. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jaguar Rose. Thank you for throwing in $5. Happy birthday to you. Hashtag Virgo season. Let's go. There you go. You get a little song. And I just lost like 3 viewers. You're welcome, though. No, I'm totally kidding. Jaguar, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. And happy birthday, too. Happy early birthday. Sunday birthday, too. So you get to party all weekend, and then people get to give you presents on your hangover day. There you go. Fuck yeah. That's the way to do it. It's the way to do it. Brian Phillips is saying, I thought Scream 1 did a good job of making Stu not look like the killer. Totally agree with you there. Once he was stabbed and fell down the stairs. Yeah, Stu was a surprise for me. I thought that was really well done. Stu's like, kind of odd and off, but he doesn't come off as like the killer type, I don't think, in the movie. The only time is maybe the video store. The video, like that scene goes a little overboard with it, but like besides that, I don't think he's super obvious. There are other characters that I was definitely thinking about besides that, like fucking Sydney's dad, that's one to think about for sure. So I agree. Brian, I like your profile picture too. That's very artsy. I dig it. You're going to arrest my lawyer? No. Oh, man. From GCPD, I'm here to issue a warrant for the arrest of... What did Killian do? What did he do? Oh, fuck, man. I thought my esteemed lawyer was a little better of a person, but I guess he's going to jail. Yurdy G is the killer, everybody. Ooh. Yurdy sends me the coolest clothes ever. Like his merch is fucking awesome. If you guys have not checked out Yurdy's music or his merch, some good shit. It's awesome. Go get yourself a Yurdy G shirt. And while you're at it, why not get self-promotion coming on here. Why not get a KillJoy Jake shirt? Look at that. You can get that at the old store tab there, or this one or this one. Yeah, store tab, baby. Hit that up. Why not? Why not do that? I'm the same way with The Guest. I watched it stoned and fell in love with it. All my peers think it's shit. I love The Guest. I like it sober. I'm gonna be honest. I love The Guest. That's a great movie. That's Adam Wingard, right? That's the Adam Wingard movie. No, I fuck with that one. That one's awesome. I just looked up Adam Wingard. Yeah, no, The Guest is a really underrated movie. I think when you're talking about Adam Wingard movies, what typically gets brought up is You're Next or the Blair Witch sequel that he did. But The Guest is super underrated. I really like this film. It's got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think it really deserves. It's a banger, man, if you guys have not seen this. I forgot Micah Monroe is in this, too. Oh, I haven't seen this in a while. Yeah. Yeah, great fucking movie if you guys have not seen that. I love that film. Dang it, Bobby. Hang on.
And the second I see some ass, I'm kicking it. For your next trick, why don't I kick your ass? Because I want to know whose ass to kick.
What's up, Hank? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Dang it, Bobby. Why not tell you about putting peanut butter on your gonads? I'm stealing that from Meat Canyon, too. I'm sure someone will be like, that's Meat Canyon, Jake. And I'm like, yeah, it is. How come the Beckers never seeked revenge? That dad was sus. He's only got like a minute of screen time, you know? Like, he doesn't really do that much. So, kind of tough to say. Kind of tough to say if he was sus or not. He's kind of like really upset about his. That's really funny though. The Beckers, the both of them come back to kill. That'd be crazy. The way Stu looks gross out when they were watching Halloween, but then everyone looks away. Stu was super into the movie. Love noticing little things like that. Isn't Matthew Lillard just a fucking treasure? That whole movie, he gives these subtle little nuances, how he reacts to things. I would 100% make the argument that the best acting is when you're not the focal point. Like if you're doing something in the background that's reacting, this is a common saying, but acting is also reacting to things. That tells when you have a good actor or not. Because it's like anyone can deliver lines a certain way, but can you respond to things in character? Like you might say to me, hey, Jake, oh man, don't you love that scene in the horror movie where like a baby gets run over or something? And I would be like, oh my God, that was so fucked up. It was awesome. But if I'm playing an elderly lady, I would probably go, oh, why would you talk about it that way? Oh, or I wouldn't even respond. I might just have a face like a, oh, something like that. That's how you would do it in character. So, and I feel like Matthew Lillard does that really well, not just in Scream, but in everything. So 100% totally agree. Have they said anything about The Strangers 3? No update, unfortunately. Nothing yet. Hopefully we get something. I would love to see a new Strangers film next year, too. I would love to be doing some reports on that. Your lawyer has 2 counts of theft and 2 counts of attempted murder. My God, I gotta drop that guy. Holy shit, Lewis. That's really funny. Damn. What a dick. I want to try out for Red Right Hand 2. I'm telling you this right now, we will never make a Red Right Hand 2. It would cost millions of dollars. There's no way we could do it. No. We might do another fan film though. We have some backup plans because we want to make an original movie next, but if that's not possible, if we're still at a certain place with the channel where it's like, we can really only raise like a certain amount of money, I'm thinking maybe we do another fan film, but it all depends. All depends on what the case is. I don't even want to say what franchise either because I don't want to spoil any. I don't want people to start thinking. I don't want to make any promises that don't come true either. So there's a few things about that me and Matt are iffy on. So have you played the Blair Witch game? Isn't it kind of just like Slender Man? Like you're just walking through the woods with like a flashlight essentially, and the witch attacks you or something. I don't know. I've never played it, but I've heard of it. I think I've seen gameplay for it too. I think there's also like a Grudge video game that's like really similar to that, where it's like the same idea, where it's like you have like a flashlight and you're like walking through the house. I'll work for Hot Cheetos and Mountain Dew. Deal. I definitely want to do. I'll say this, Hank. I definitely want to do another film in the future, and I don't want to fucking star in it next time. That's been the toughest thing about this new one. Like, Jesus Christ. I definitely just want to write and direct. That's all I want to do for the next movie. Nothing else. So, did you hear? Yes, Trick or Treat is coming back to. No, not coming back. It will be in theaters for the first time ever. Think we're getting closer to that sequel. Yeah, I learned recently that movie didn't have a theatrical release, and I was shocked. Like, that is a really good fucking modern horror movie, and kind of not modern. It came out in the thousands, but I love Trick or Treat. That's an amazing movie. We need a sequel, especially with the VHS franchise having so much success. Also, another anthology horror series. I could see them bringing Trick or Treat back. I know that's like Mike Dougherty's like favorite film he's ever made, favorite project. So I could see them doing another one. Rob, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think you're gonna like the full version of it way more than the than the crappy thing that we made last year. So you will like the new one is already is like, it's not even done yet. It's blowing the old one out of proportion. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, we got a turf war going on here. We got Hank and Bobby. Dang it, Dad. Oh shit. I'll kick you in the nuts. I can't do Bobby Hill. Holy shit, we got Hank and Bobby in the chat. Well, this is about to get fucking brutal here, guys. Be careful, okay? Simmer down now. I don't want to have to break up a fight between. Oh shit. Uh-oh. This is getting out of control. Oh my God. I get on here to get away from. I'll get on here to get away from you, Bobby. Go run along with your. I'm not gonna say that. Oh my God. That's awful, but kind of funny. Jesus Christ, they're going back and forth. This is getting brutal. Hawkins House of Horror is here too, saying, hey, just got in the chat. I did a very short first reaction to Barbarian last night. I fucking loved that film. Only thing is, wish we had more Richard Brake in it. I totally agree with that. I totally wish we had more Richard Brake, but he was fantastic for his little, for the little bit he was in there. So he's amazing. Richard Brake is, he's fantastic. So really good performance from him. I can't really say what he did because I don't want to spoil nothing, but he's in the movie. You knew that. I mean, you knew Richard, he's already announced to be part of it. So how much was your production budget? Relatively new to the channel, so I wasn't around during the fundraiser. So we raised about $5,000. We got $5,000 from crowdfunding. But I have something happened recently where I had to put some of my own money into this because one of the gimbals we were using broke and we don't have access to the other one anymore. So now, and by the way, fun fact, if you're making a production and you want to buy a $300 gimbal, they break very easily. I found that out the hard way. So we found that out while trying to get one of the cool shots for this fucking movie. And I now have to rent one out because it would be more than $300 to repair it. So that's the fun fact about this. If you get a DJI Ronin gimbal, which are really nice, if it breaks, it costs more money to get it fucking fixed, I guess. So it's insane. I don't know. I don't understand how that works. So I had to rent one out for our last day of filming here. And it'll all be good. So we kind of blew through the $5,000 already, but I had to spend a big old chunk of my own change to get that, but it's all good. Hey, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Going to be all right. I'm just excited for you guys to see it. I don't even care. I do not care about the money aspect of it at all. I just think it's going to be so good. So I'm really excited. The subject on VHS 94 was fucking bananas. Definitely my favorite segment. Dude, VHS 94 is so consistent. Like every single, I got to really watch the time because we're getting close to 6 here. VHS 94 was just so consistent all the way through. I really hope they've repeated this process for VHS 99. I'm so excited for that film. I really think it's going to be good. And your boy got us an update today on VHS 99, kind of. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick. Let me get this. So I tweeted at Brad Miska today, the producer of all the VHS films. Also works at Bloody Disgusting. I believe he's one of the co-creators, co-founders or whatever of Bloody Disgusting, a major horror news network. And let me upload this image for you guys to see. It's an exclusive image that Brad gave to me specifically. So it's kind of funny. I asked him for something. I was like, give me something, Brad. Oh, whoops. So here's what he gave me. Here's the update. I said, please give us a new still from it, because he tweeted out an old image today saying, can't wait for you guys to see this tape I found, and then he gives us this today, responding to my tweet. So there you have it, folks. This is an image from VHS 99. Obviously, it's insanely zoomed in, and we can't really see what it is. But regardless, massive thank you to Brad for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that update. So you can't obviously we cannot tell what this is at all, but it does kind of look like in the top left corner there that's skin covered in blood, and then maybe this is like a shirt or something covered in blood. So it's gonna get bloody. It's gonna get gory. So that, I think, there you go. So thank you, Jordy. I appreciate that. 45 minutes before the Lethal Collective starts, which is why I think I'm only going to be on for another 15 minutes, and then we're calling it a day. So And then go check out the Lethal Collective stream where we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So there you go. There you go. G. Nelson is saying, really interesting comment here. If you show 2 at the beginning, there's going to end up being 3, and then we run the risk of ending up in Scream 3 territory, like the third was just pulling the strings. So you're saying, like, if you show 2 killers at the beginning, there's going to end up being 3, then we run the risk of ending up in a Scream 3 territory, like the third was just pulling the strings. It is kind of the same thing, isn't it? I think it would be cool if you have a killer survive this movie, though. Because however you want to spin it, it is different. Like, Roman is a creation of Aaron. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this is 100% true, but I know Roman was never part of the plan originally. Aaron Kruger writes the script for 3, and it's kind of takes in a different direction than where Kevin Williamson originally wanted it to go. So my guess is that Roman was a creation for 3. This is something they kind of tacked on, saying Roman was always there. This was never... Like, I don't think when they were writing Scream 1, they were like, oh yeah, in the third film, we're going to have this guy named Roman come out and be in charge of it. So it does make me think that if they have something planned, it could be different for Roman, for how they wrote the Roman story. But I do see the parallel. I see what you're saying, G. Nelson. That I could already see that being a complaint from fans, myself being included, if they go this route. And it's kind of similar to Roman, but we'll just have to see what they do. How would I rate Barbarian? Honest to God, 10 out of 10. I fucking loved it. I was really impressed by this film. Did not think it was going to be as good as it was. So, I really enjoyed it. And listen, I urge you, this is my, I'm going to sign off because I got a few things to do before the Lethal Collective. I urge you, if you know nothing about Barbarian, cool. Go into it blind. Don't go into this film with any prior knowledge. Just go see it. It is the most crazy balls to the wall film that has come out all year. It's insane. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. But I just want to thank all my channel members before I get off here. I seriously couldn't do this without your guys' support. Y'all are the best. I have some new content rolling out for you guys this month, and I'm working on a video for Jason and Freddy tier patrons, specifically a little behind the scenes editing video. You guys are going to see that in the next couple of days. So can't wait for you guys to see that. A bunch of fun stuff has come out this month for Freddy, Ghostface, Jason, and Freddy tier patrons already too. So we got more stuff on the way. Thank you guys for joining me though for this little 2-hour talk about Scream and some other shit too. I really appreciate it. Love hanging out with you guys. And go see Barbarian. That's my last little bit. Go see Barbarian and check out the Lethal Collective stream at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for watching again, and don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. So.